It says we're live, so let's go for it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Guessing Secrets, a charity game in the style of Dropout.tv's Dirty Laundry. We have four wonderful guests with us here again today, and each of them has submitted secrets, stories from their past, and no one is quite sure which belongs to who. This time around, we have 3 channel regulars and 1 special secret bonus boss who you only get after defeating the other 3 and unlocking the Jello Plays game's true ending. First, on the left couch, World 1 boss, a big guy shaped like a circle who goes, "I'm gonna get you!" misses an obvious charge attack and slams into a wall so you can hit his butt with a sword. It's Arim.
Luckily, to further reduce the difficulty, given that I am the World 1 boss, my butt is very large for you to hit.
That is famously true. Next to him, we have the World 2 boss, a big red dragon that jumps up in the air, spits 3 balls of fire, and then becomes vulnerable after the volley. It's Amy.
Hey, it's me.
And then first on the other couch, we have the final boss of the base game, some guy with a katana who gets a big singular angel wing in his second form, and then he turns around and goes, "Whoa, what the fuck? What is this? Where did this come from?" It's Aloha.
There's so much yaoi of me.
And last but not least, the unlockable EX boss required to 100% the game, a character with 6 lines of canonical dialogue and a loose tie-in to every other game in the series. If you really dig for it, read all the secret records and you only get his full backstory if you played the Japan-only mobile tie-in. It's Mason Madden!
You also have to watch the stage play, and there's also a lot of yaoi of me, which is why this couch is called the casting couch.
We have Team Sunglasses Couch and Team Regular Glasses Couch, and then I'm in the middle because I have transition lenses. So
Congratulations.
Trans rights, just like what we're raising money for.
Dude, that's a sick tie-in. If I had sick segue, if I hadn't already written out the next couple paragraphs. Here's how the
Oh
game
shit! Sorry.
No,
Go
you're
off
good.
script. Go off script.
No, that'll fuck me up. Each of these lovely guests has submitted a selection of story prompts from their life. I will read out each prompt, and you all get to guess who the story belongs to. If one of the players manages to guess the story's owner, they get 1 point. But if the story is theirs and nobody guesses them, that person gets 3 points. So this is a game about lying, discussion, and throwing around accusations in order to get as many points as you can. But be careful, because it's always possible that the story could belong to me, and I am always a valid guess. And remember, this is a charity game. We are raising money for the Transgender Law Center. This is going to be the first of many, guessing secret streams where we will be doing that explicitly. And how are we going to raise money, you might ask? Well, after the point section of the game ends, there will be several secrets and stories that everyone here submitted, but I didn't choose for the actual game portion. Once we've got our winner and points are settled, the guests will be able to read off their extra stories, and if any of them catch chat's ear and they go, "I gotta know about the time you exploded," then you can auction off that story for a set amount of money, and we only tell it once chat has donated that much. So, yeah, I guess... How well do all of you think you know each other? How well do you think you're gonna do at this game?
I think
Well,
I'm going to win. I'm gonna win it big. I'm gonna go to the big tournament at the end.
I think Aloha's got a pretty good shot. Because he's infiltrated our lives more comprehensively than any other single person here.
I don't think I'm going to win, but I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure that Aloha doesn't. I'm going to
think
be
it's
your
a toss-up.
huckleberry.
Yeah. I said this multiple times before the stream, but I really love how the two of you look like Power Rangers style like a goon duo.
Yeah, we got to do something about those Rangers, Aloha.
Yeah, this is the role we were born to play.
And then
That's why we got sunglasses on.
it might just be because they're colored red and blue, and they look so aggressively like normal human while there's so much flavor going on with you two. But this really does look like the protagonist and the antagonist couch a
I
little
was gonna
bit.
say they look like the two options you get when you get to choose the avatar at the beginning of the game.
Hero story, dark story.
I think we look like 2 bystanders.
I thought you were just gonna say 2 bisexuals.
I think you two.
Well,
you two look like the protagonists of like a game where it's like reading is cool, and then Aloha and Brennan come on and they're like reading's for nerds.
I hate reading. That's why I don't have a shirt on.
All right, let's get started with the game here. Our first prompt is: who stole evidence from an active police crime scene?
Arim.
Yeah, I was gonna say Arim.
Why do you immediately pin Arim for this?
Because he's old enough that he could get away with it.
Could have
they
gotten
didn't have-
old enough and white.
He's white. I couldn't get away with it. I would be dead.
Yeah, the couch. Yeah, less charitably, the couch. This is also like a whiteness gradient.
Why did you segregate the couches?
I didn't. I was going by lenses. I swear. Yeah, the black lenses. No.
I mean, to
Like-
me, this sounds like something I could easily believe of Jello or Aloha. And I mean, I can, as I was saying before we started, I can believe literally anything of Brennan. If this was Amy, I'd be flabbergasted and impressed.
Yeah, honestly.
You know?
no, that's not true. I was about to say, I feel like if I did that, I'd be bragging about it forever, but,
This is
no.
a stream on which you brag about breaking the law, though.
I guess.
You will get to brag about it after.
If the statute of limitations has expired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like it can't be Brennan due to the fact, one, he's black. Two, he has had a successful career all of his life, and I don't think he would risk it.
But
But
it's an excellent test of my ability to lie.
do you want it to be you? Are you just
I
like
wish it was me.
I squint.
So I feel like if it's Arim, then it's like stolen on a technicality.
Oh, yeah, like accidentally.
Yeah, but I can also see this as Jello. But would you open with one that is you? I don't know.
I mean, I don't think he's done it yet.
It's a bold gambit.
So it could also be Aloha just because he's from a podunk town and like breaking the law against the police is more like getting up into like childlike mischief.
Childlike mischief.
That
It's
is
like, oh, you know, those kids.
Who tricked a
damn
police
kids.
officer into painting his fence for him?
Yeah, Aloha's hometown is like a little like Deadly Premonition video game setting where like you could
Yeah.
you could pretty easily see like the local gang of teenagers being like, I don't know why I'm selling the popcorn kick. We threw popcorn at old man police officer's car, and it's like not even a police car. It's just like an old station wagon with a light glued to the top of it.
Or the
So
evidence
real.
he stole from the crime scene is actually just a dead body that he found when he was walking down the train tracks.
We used to chill on this old like wooden bridge in the middle of nowhere. It was hype.
All right, why don't we get our guesses in? Let's just start standard left to right with Arim first. Who do you
Okay.
think?
Does
stole
it like
evidence?
rotate? Since there's a tactical
like to-
disadvantage to having to lock in your guess first.
Yes, I do like to try and.
Such a nerd.
Well, actually,
I did post all of your Fugies today, all your little portraits, so we could plug them in, and I posted Arim's, and immediately Aloha responds with the nerd pointing up nerd emoji.
I feel like I might be getting baited here, but I'm gonna say Aloha.
Okay, Amy, who do you think it was?
Weirdly, I think Aloha is too straight-laced to do that. But I'm gonna go with Arim.
Okay, Aloha,
I'm gonna go Arim.
Brennan.
I'm gonna go Arim as well.
Ooh.
Due to the caucasity of it all.
Oh, the caucasity!
Yo, the caucasity.
Yeah, I will say, like, This is the exact type of thing I would try and, like, the last game where it was like fucking Mo, Savvy, Austin, and Chula. I did start with a salacious Chula one because I was like, people are gonna peg Chula as the least salacious of these. So maybe I'm starting off with Arim's dark past. But would the evidence thief please speak up?
So,
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah, I'm not as straight-laced as you thought I was, Amy, at least not in my youth. So this is a fun-ass story. So basically, right, in high school, all my friends were massive drug dealers. And I'm not talking about weed, I'm talking about, like, fucking coke, acid, heroin.
Were they massive drug dealers in the sense of, like, they were dealing a massive amount of drugs, or were they all, like, jacked 6 foot giant football players?
It was Brennan, actually.
That was me. I was the drug dealer.
But yeah, and so, funny story, right? It was like our senior banquet or some shit, right? And one of my friends at the time, he brought like a flask, right, of alcohol, and got absolutely like smashed at the banquet. And so he thought it would be a great idea. We had these like little glasses saying like year of 2016. Yeah, feel old now. And he picked it up and was going to like steal it. So he had it like underneath his like coat, and he drops it right in front of a police officer. And the police officer looks at him, he looks at the police officer, and he picks up the glass, puts it on the table, and like tries to leave. The police officer follows him, and he gets arrested for one, underage intoxication, public intoxication, everything like that. But we had a party to go to later that night, and in his van was so much weed, so much acid, so much coke, and so much alcohol that like it would ruin his life if it was found. And obviously the police officers will probably search his vehicle and everything like that. Flashback, earlier that day, I was talking to him, chilling next to his van. His van has a padlock, like a number pad. And he was like, just in case anything happens, here's the code to enter the side of my van. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Please delete my hard drive.
Pretty much, something like that.
You look at his
And
search
so-
history, it's just cocaine.
So we see him get arrested, and we're like, I look at them, and I look at my friends, and I'm like, guys, we gotta help. And so we sneak out the back, go to his van before the police officers can search it, open it up, take out everything illegal, like all the drugs, just everything in there, load it into my friend's Jeep, and we just fucking speed off. And as we're leaving and driving away, I just start slowly throwing all the drugs out the window over like periods of time.
God.
and we got everything. He didn't get busted for because it would be like he had like scales and shit too. He would have been arrested for like
Distributing.
intent
Oh, no,
to
yeah,
sell.
your life
It's
is
like
over.
busting Walter White.
100% your life is over.
You probably saved that guy from like a fucked up existence forever, actually.
Aloha,
Yeah.
can you repeat that story one more time? I'm recording it so that I can report you to the police.
Allegedly. Is that better?
Yeah.
I
In Minecraft.
post the just kidding star. Post this so the feds know you're just kidding.
Please post the just kidding star.
It's you post it over a fence post, and then you pan down, and some of the cocaine you threw has exploded over the base of the fence. You're like, shit. Thank you, Kevin Roy, for $5, and thank you, Safabi, for $45. Ooh,
45 British pounds sterling.
sterling.
I'm sorry to shatter the straight-laced image that you had of me, Amy. I am more straight-laced now than I was back in my youth. But
Yeah, I
back
don't know,
in
Your laces.
like, I don't know, you just come off to me as a kid that doesn't want to stir up trouble, so.
oh, I don't. That's why I stole evidence off of a police area just so I wouldn't cause any more issues.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
This was maybe the third thing I knew about you, Aloha. You were just like, hey, want to hear a story?
And you hired him.
Well, it's because
Insane.
we were working on Sweetwater, right? And it
That's
was like
true.
this
I
thing of,
guess
like,
it
it's a
was relevant.
the area I live in is relevant to Sweetwater as a setting because it's like, you know, it's podunk town where you got nothing better to do than hard drugs and walk around the Walmart, you know. But yeah. I get 3 points. No, 2 points.
You get no points because Arim guessed
no
you.
Points.
No, it's all or nothing.
I get cocked just from one little nerd.
Yeah, you had all those points in your van, but Arim searched it and found the points before you got them. He's blue.
This was the most optimal play Arim could do.
Sit down on the cuck couch, I guess.
Yeah. Wait, I'm on this couch.
All right. Speaking of, this isn't speaking of getting cucked, but I'm going to pretend this is a segue anyway. Speaking of getting cucked, next one up. Who told someone, I think we should see other people, and then ran away like Naruto?
Oh, God.
What?
Dude, that, oh my God, that has to be Brennan. I refuse to think it's anyone fucking else.
You think that I have dated anyone?
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. No, but like, I wouldn't be knowing Brennan. That is his like first and only relationship. That's the thing. That's the. Like, but
I choose to believe.
That's not true.
If this is Brennan, I choose to believe that was his future wife, and that was just that was like the in between. They broke up, they got back together because of how cool he was
during
running
the time
like
skip
Naruto.
arc.
Yeah.
But like, here's the other thing, right? I don't know if you would be confident enough to Naruto run away due to toxic masculinity and black standards. You know what I'm saying?
Are you saying that I'm not confident enough in myself?
You are now, but like this is probably like knowing when.
Yeah, this does sound like a high school story.
Yeah, this is like a high school, middle school ass story. If it
God,
was
you hope so.
No, I did this actually last week.
Listen, I'll see you in divorce court.
And let me.
I said this to my wife.
Your wife is wearing a headband with a little thing of your face on it, and she starts crying as she
scratches.
Yeah, she scratches. She does the Akatsuki scratch right across your face.
Oh, and here's the thing,
Brennan's wife.
That's one thing. I think it might be Brennan just because like he's a fucking. His literal handle is Great Black Otaku. But going on to Amy, I don't think it could be Amy. Because Amy is a bigger fan of Bleach than Naruto.
I haven't even watched Naruto.
Yeah, exactly, right? So it's just like...
Hold on, to be fair,
wait, you could be lying.
Is simply what we call it.
Yeah.
True.
Because before it was a Naruto
you could call it the
back in
generic
my day,
brand
it was a Goku
Ninja run, right?
Yeah.
But also, you could be lying to my face right now saying you haven't watched Naruto when you did. But
yeah,
anyways,
why would I do that?
The long con of not watching Naruto to win 1 point in Dirty Laundry.
It could be anything. And Arim,
hang on, sorry. Someone in chat goes, I don't think Jello's ever broken up with someone IRL. I think he's only been dumped. I've been the breaker-upper ever. I've never been dumped. I've always broken up with people. Like,
don't you understand? Everyone wants Jello. He's just very selective.
They're Naruto running from me, okay?
They know that I have extensive reach and land speed due to my stature.
Will in chat think it's Jello.
William in chat. Will in chat says Jello is the dumper. The dumper.
The dumper.
I thought that was me. Yeah, this feels like Brennan or Jello to me.
So like,
I'd again.
It's a very tall act.
What's your experience with Naruto, Arim? Tell me.
Yeah.
I did watch Naruto in high school. I got about as far as like the tournament where like Orochimaru shows up and kills people, etc.
Spoilers.
Good times. Yeah.
So like not that far in the grand scheme of the story.
But far enough to know what the run looks like.
Oh, very much so. Yes.
But like, The problem is I don't know how cringe Arim was when he was younger. Like I all the image I have of Arim now is the Arim that exists before me at this current moment. I don't know what this little dweeb was like when he was a little dweeb, right?
Well, take from the. I'm not going to comment on anything that directly references this story, but I did in high school through college. I did have a neck beard, and I did unironically want a fedora for a time. I never got one, but it was something that I thought was cool.
You were in near danger of becoming a woman's kryptonite. All right. I think we've elaborated on this one for a good amount of time. Let's just I'll try and keep it structured this time. Let's just move one person to the right. So we'll start with Amy, go to the right, and loop around and end on Arim. So, Amy, who do you think did this?
Oh God, I'm honestly so perplexed. I don't know, Brennan, you're the most anime person here, I guess.
Okay.
True.
Aloha.
Brennan.
Jello.
And Arim.
The dumper.
The dumper. I don't think Jello would have dumped like this. I'm gonna go Brennan as well.
All right. Will the member of the Hidden Leaf Village please become Revealed Leaf?
I have never watched Naruto.
Fucking bitch!
I need to go with my instincts.
That's 3 points for Amy. You guys are gonna learn so fast that Amy is so fucking cutthroat in
I know Amy is. I know though.
PvP social engineering game. She'll destroy you.
I just refuse to see you as cringe, but like I just have to remember like.
So I was young. This was like elementary school. And there was like this one girl I used to hang out with all the time, and we would like play this pretend game that I don't even remember, but like it had lore and shit, and every lunchtime we would go out and we would continue the story of this game. One day I was like, I don't want to play the game today, or maybe for the next couple days, but I don't really know how to say that to her. So I remember like bringing her to a part of the playground and being like, listen, I don't know. I think it might be better if we like played with other kids for a while, you know? Like, not forever, but just for a little bit. Anyway.
Did you ever go back?
No.
Wow.
Fuck
and I was like,
you were the Sasuke.
I guess, yeah.
She doesn't know the reference.
No.
You were the
I
Sasuke.
think that
if
Amy
you say
ever thinks
so.
about me.
I didn't go back because, like, later on she left me notes in my locker, so I was like, okay.
What did they say?
But, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's some shit like, you'll never have friends or whatever.
Fuck, dude.
They were written in Japanese with the hidden leaf symbol put after it.
You're better off without those bitches anyways.
So, I was just like, yeah, I think we should play with other kids. See ya. And then I, like, ran down the hill and put out my arms like Naruto. I didn't know it was a Naruto run, but in retrospect, it definitely was. And I ran down
That's
the
just how
hill.
you ran.
And when I got to the bottom, I tripped and almost ate shit immediately. So I was really cool that day.
Fuck.
All right.
Brennan, we're getting our ass beat.
Yeah, I know.
true.
This couch is really getting cucked.
Let's see if you guys can bring
Only
it back.
round 3.
Let's see if you can bring it. It's only round 3. Amy fans herself with her points. Let's see who can get this next one. Who tricked their boss into giving them a promotion?
God damn it.
Now, Arim,
I can see this is any of you.
Arim, I do know that you were once, what did they call it? You were a Microsoft programmer, and they were like, you're Programmer Wizard 1, and then you became Wizard 2 or some shit.
Is that
It is a common
upgrade?
convention in software engineering orgs to rather than using adjectives like junior for the quote unquote entry level, that the entry level is typically software engineer, software developer, something along those lines, and then usually one promotion rank up from that, your first title change, is simply software engineer 2.
Okay.
Yes,
I don't know
was
where I got
promoted
Wizard from, but I feel like Wizard was somewhere in the company, but maybe I'm just thinking of the install wizard.
Yeah, no. That is a very delightful detail that you invented out of whole cloth.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
I know Brennan's entire work history.
Yeah, that's true.
The man was in the NFL, and then did wrestling and was in the WWE and is now in AEW. But like, I can't think of any of those times unless you were in the NFL and you were like a second string, like what were you, linebacker?
How do you trick somebody into moving up the strings, Aloha?
I don't know, man. You tell me.
What are there? How do you? Are there like more valuable? Like, this is the most I don't sport question I could possibly ask. Are there more valuable positions to be in football? Like, are there strict upgrades? I assumed it was just like this
You
guy's
can
good
get
at
paid
running.
more based on your position. No, that's actually true. That's actually a good point.
I mean, either at a minimum, you can be on the starting lineup or not, and
That's
expect
true.
to play in games or not.
Well, okay, for example, to get really inside baseball for football chat,
Yeah.
a right tackle in the NFL gets paid less than a left tackle because the left tackle protects the quarterback's blind side if they're right-handed. So, for example, even if you are both the starting tackle, one side is actually a little bit more valuable. But I think that the only person who is capable of socially maneuvering himself into a job upgrade here is Aloha, because he probably tricked Jello into giving him more money.
Yeah, I think some of this depends on how literal versus sort of like close enough the person who submitted this was being with the term promotion. Because I know that of the people assembled here, not all of us have worked in fields where we have an actual organization hierarchy in the traditional sense for much of our career. Like, I don't think you, Jello, have ever been in a job position outside of maybe the zoo. Maybe you got promoted from little zoo guy to big zoo guy or something.
I went from
big
Elephant
zoo.
1 to Elephant 2.
Okay, fair enough. But like, after, like, post-college, to my recollection, you pretty much have not held a traditional job where you had a boss, manager, supervisor. So like, some of us this feels more plausible for than others. I mean, we have just seen Amy very deftly pull the puppet strings. And I know Amy has worked those traditional jobs for long enough stretches of time that there's plenty of opportunity.
Amy has
Yeah,
the
it's me again.
normalist. Amy has the normalist careers of all of us, I believe.
Oh,
It's me.
You want my job history? I worked at Steak and Shake in high school. I was a gravekeeper out of high school. I worked at Dunkin', and now I work for some fucking loser.
Wow.
You know, this
should
is
fire him.
not even for the purposes of trying to figure out who this is, but Aloha, are there opportunities for upward mobility as a grave digger / keeper? Like, can you get promoted to like dig nicer graves or
So
Dylan,
something?
what are you doing?
He's sliding down. He's I call him a loser. Like I was a gravekeeper where I took care of, like, I don't know why I'm doing this, because this is either one, exposing me if it is me, or two, burying the lead for someone else. But I was a gravekeeper, but then worked myself up to being a funeral greeter, where I worked specifically in funerals and didn't do like lawn mowing or grave digging or other shit like
so you're
that.
working for the funeral home or the place that owns the cemetery either way.
Yeah,
But
pretty
you
much.
can- okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy because in my former line of work, I also knew an undertaker.
All right, let's get our guesses in. Aloha, you go first this time, and we'll rotate. So, who do you think tricked their boss into giving them a promotion?
It's either Arim or Brennan. I'm gonna go Brennan.
Okay. Brennan,
I still think it's Aloha.
Arim.
Also, Brennan isn't playing, so.
Oh, sorry, Mason. Sorry, Mason.
I'm probably getting too like fancy here, but I'd absolutely believe that you would throw us off by giving 2 Amy's in a row. So I'm gonna guess Amy just to be safe.
I would absolutely do that for what it's worth. Amy.
I mean, I already told you it was me.
Your guess. Well, you don't guess point. Even if you're right, you don't get a point for guessing yourself. So I wouldn't.
I know.
Fucker.
Aram, we'll have the whole couch covered.
Damn. All right.
We're gonna send off.
I hope this was Jello then, and we're all wrong.
God, that would.
I mean,
be
then
so
nothing
funny.
happens.
I mean, then no one gets a point, so it is the worst scenario, which is pretty funny. All right, promoted boy, why don't you speak up?
I'm furious because Aloha has cut me.
Eat shit, eat shit, eat shit, eat shit.
You've damned me to a pointless existence.
So which job is it, huh? Which job?
It was when I was in the WWE.
I'm just picturing Aloha
Yeah.
like a cat face against Brennan's cheek, like, which is it, you son of a bitch?
When I was in WWE, I was in developmental for several years, and there was no upward mobility for me. So I found myself with an opportunity, a brilliant opportunity, to work as an extra for a really bad angle, which is a storyline for the uninitiated. There was a really bad angle going on, and they needed masked Antifa members. So I said, you know what?
a really bad angle. Okay.
Oh, it was bad. It was peak. It was prime.
It was in COVID.
Madness COVID, yeah.
It was like COVID,
So they were like,
where they had
need
no
Antifa?
crowds.
I'm your guy. So I put on a ski mask. I was smashing things with a sledgehammer. I was throwing Molotov cocktails, cutting up the ring with a bunch of chainsaws. It was fire. Anyways, those were extras. So as the weeks went on, I continued to be an extra until one week they were like, all right, it's time to unmask the extras, put the real guys in there. And I just continued to stay. And they were like, all right, well, welcome to Monday Night Raw.
You gotta think though. This was like prime COVID, so they didn't have crowds, but they had these like TV screens where there were people with like webcams and stuff. So he would be doing shit like this, and there would be no cheering. It would be just complete silence.
Complete silence. It was like a completely unique form of theater where you're in pain and there's no sound.
Because like usually you can work off a crowd in wrestling and like, you know, play off of it and stuff, but there's none of that. It's just silence.
Like a living fever dream. I am being paid to wreak destruction performatively for no one's benefit.
For silence. Also, unrelated side story in relation to that era of TV screen crowds. Somebody had their webcam, and you know how people would like, you can switch your webcam to like a recording of something.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the crowd because we were going to do an invasion of a match, and one of the screens turned to a Ku Klux Klan rally, and that was on TV. So it was a wild time for everyone.
So the people who were running your show there decided they wanted to do performative Antifa portrayal of destructive hooliganism, and they also had a subscription to KKK TV.
That was the fans. The fans were in the
okay.
Yeah.
So the people watching this had a subscription to Ku Klux Klan
Vince
television.
McMahon has done a great many of bad things, but a member of the KKK was not one of them.
Okay.
As far as we know. So in chat, someone goes, "Guess we found the wizard part." That's funny as hell. All right. Next secret. Whose boss hit them in the back on the first day of the job, and said boss afterwards walked away, and I'm quoting, smiling like the Grinch. So I guess who got assaulted on day 1 of work?
I know who this could be though. I'm not
Is there
gonna say
any
it, though.
more detail than hit them on the back?
That's
Like,
what I was
like-
given.
Okay.
This time
So-
it's Arim.
So, Aaron, what is your work history? Obviously, there was Microsoft, and then I know you
Yeah.
worked for Amazon for a little bit too. Doing
Yes,
kind of the
I
same
was at-
shit.
I was at Microsoft for about 6.5 years, 2011 to early 2018, and then I was at
Yeah.
Amazon for about 3 years.
So which
until-
Chad programmer beat your ass?
Tell us give us names.
Give us a
they
name.
were-
Was it Bill Gates?
They were like, "You've been I'm gonna give you a new outlook, motherfucker."
I had a number of bosses over the terms of those employment, and they ranged in how much I liked them. I did not have any that I really actively disliked.
And
Could
if
be
I
Stockholm
did,
syndrome.
yeah. I also love Amy's brother in chat goes, "Amy wouldn't describe a smile like that as the Grinch. Jello would."
But Jello reworded these to make these like more neutral though.
so
No,
I-
he said it was a quote.
No,
Oh,
I
really?
am not lying. I did receive this one as the Grinch. I could have received it from me, but
Okay.
but,
Okay, Jello. Who at
Who
the
has
zoo beat the
Grinch in
fuck
their
out of you?
vocabulary?
Was it the gorillas?
Is it the gorilla? Your boss, the gorilla.
All right, looks like
The
deliberation.
Grinch really sounds like Amy or Jello.
I mean, you're hearing it from the horse's mouth with Jared that apparently Grinch Amy never speaks his name.
What do you have
Jared's
against
giving-
the Grinch?
Jared's giving me a smoke screen. Thanks, little bro.
Thanks, little bro.
I love that Amy's strat in games like this is full chaos, and it's like 98% silence and then 2% I'm on the moon. Like, you're not getting shit out of me. Good luck psychoanalyzing me.
I am enjoying the amount of people, like, for every prompt, the amount of people that are like, this one is Amy, this one is Amy. It's just like, you'll never peg me.
That's what I say all the time. Never works.
I'm always wrong somehow. Jello, we get a point for guessing you correctly, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I think we should start our guesses for this one. So Brennan, you start, and then it wraps through Arim. So
Oh, it starts with me.
it's gonna start with you. Who
It
do you think
starts
was?
with one thing.
Don't
Who
know
do you think
why.
got hit by
Doesn't
the
even matter.
Grinch?
I think. I don't know. I feel like it might have been some kind of Chad programmer or somebody. Jeff Bezos did it. Is Arim?
All right, that's actually why Arim walks with his hands behind his back. He's covering the scar.
I'm covering my vulnerable spot. The
when I-
aforementioned
Anime
World
scar.
1 boss ass weak
Yeah,
spot.
I wasn't joking. The reason Arim's ass is so pronounced is because, like in Looney Tunes, when you get a
Swollen
bump
from the blows.
who, who slapped you on the ass? Do you think?
Who slapped me? Who turgled? I'm gonna. I'm gonna say. You know what? I'm gonna say Amy again. Yeah,
Okay.
I think the Grinch is I think the phrasing is social engineering.
Okay.
They smiled.
I think it's a
grinchily.
green-colored smokescreen.
green gas.
All right, Amy. Who do you think?
I think the opposite. Arim, I think you're the most likely to describe it as a Grinch smile, so I'm voting for you.
And Aloha.
Imagine if it was me and it was just shit talking Jello. It's Brennan.
Okay. Brennan, who hit you on the back?
It's Vince McMahon. It's obviously Vince McMahon.
Yo, Aloha, you're just destroying Brennan this game.
Like, fucking, the Grinch is exactly what Brennan would say, and it's so perfectly Vince McFucking man that it's like.
I would have so many points if it weren't for you. I wish I could Grinch you onto Mount Crumpet and kill you.
That felt like such an obvious one. Damn. I never do this, but I did DM Brennan and I was like, listen, I'm going to do 2 boss related ones from you in a row. And I'm hoping people will go, well, they wouldn't do 2 Brennans in a row that are like the same subject matter too. That's crazy. But Aloha's right here. So like,
as soon as you said it, I was like, I know who it is, and I did not indicate anything for Brennan because I was like, if I just go
passively negating your AT field.
Yeah, Aloha knows that I love to describe things as grinchingly. So yeah, it was my first day on commentary. And I was in a production meeting, which they have before every show, where they go over what the show's going to be. And Vince McMahon, obviously, because he ruled the world at that point, was the last one in the room. So I'm sitting there in my, what is it in college that you're supposed to sit in the middle T, either in the front row or in the middle to the back. So I was sitting in the back seat because I didn't want to take anybody's seat. And then Vince comes in. Fresh after eating a very expensive steak with ketchup. And he walks in.
Ew.
And everybody gets quiet. And he sees me. And he struck me in the back. And I was like, oh, am I in the way? Was I standing in the way? What's wrong? What's going on? What's going on? And then as he takes 2 steps forward, he turns around and he looks at me like the Grinch. His mouth curled to a blood-curdling smile. And then the meeting went on as planned.
I know you're just like, so I got casually assaulted, and I know you're in wrestling, so that's like kind of par for the course, but steak with ketchup?
It's Vince McMahon,
no, it's
bro.
one of the worst things that Vince McMahon has done. Don't look up the allegations.
That's so straight. Gross.
It's funny because he is an extremely wealthy man, but he grew up in a trailer park in North Carolina.
Oh.
And he can't shake that hillbilly nature, no matter how wealthy or rich he is.
See, I was thinking, because usually your horror stories from work, Amy, are related to customers, but like I know that you've never really especially enjoyed that line of work, and so I was like, oh, well, like absolutely Amy had a manager, like was, starting as a server or whatever, and a manager was like trying to be friendly but like massively missing the mark and being like, good job today, sweet cheeks.
I did have a hell manager, but
not in that flavor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
There you go.
Let's go to this next one while I thank you, Abigail.
When's the Arim bomb gonna happen?
Yeah, when is Arim gonna get one, huh?
That's my trick, is I was like, yeah, Arim's stories are weird because he didn't submit any good luck idiots.
Arim has no stories.
Well,
I'm invincible.
maybe this is him. Who got shot in the ass by an arrow?
I mean,
You can't spell Arim without air.
We know who it would be easiest to shoot in the ass with an arrow.
But here's the thing. I've seen Brennan's ass.
It's a big target.
But it has
3
no
in a
imperfections.
row?
It has no imperfections, though.
Yeah, you're right. You've seen my whole ass.
He shows his ass all the time, and it has no imperfections, so it cannot be Brennan.
No scar. I have no scar.
No scars.
That's like actually like a CSI episode plot beat. It's like, it can't be him, man. He's got a perfect ass. I don't care about your sexuality right now. No, bro. There's no scar on it.
Right. I do. Even though you did the double Brennan, I doubt you're going to do the triple Brennan, because I'm pretty sure then there would be no Brennan for the rest of this, and I don't think you want to, like, reduce the possible number of suspects. Load. So, for that reason also, I don't think this could possibly be Brennan. I mean, to be honest, the vibes just make me think this is Jello. This feels like something that would happen to you.
Amy, does he have any scars on his ass that you want
to
talk about?
Spill.
Spill the beans.
Tell us about his ass.
Also, someone when I was talking about seeing Brennan's ass, dude, his ass is live televised, and
Yeah, I
he
was
leans
gonna
into
say,
it constantly. I have
That's
a
a
gif of
televised
weird.
ass.
I have a gif
If
of
you haven't
Brennan.
seen my ass, then that means you're not a very good fan of me.
Yeah, no, my I will not speak to how bepoked my ass has been, but I will say in terms of luck of catching a stray arrow, I have been on archery ranges, and as a quick summary of my luck, when we met Flair the first time, Flair was like, I got you a pressed 4-leaf clover, or maybe a 5-leaf clover, I don't remember, in a little box. And when she said pressed, I thought it would be like encased in glass, or like a scrapbook, you know, like how people do it with leaves. But it wasn't. And I opened it, and the wind immediately almost blew it away into a gutter. And I like caught it.
It was a 5-leaf clover.
Okay, that's why I said 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Can you
So,
you can understand why I leave it in the box and don't look at it.
isn't like 5-leaf clovers like bad luck? Doesn't that like check out, or am I making lies?
I feel like you're making that up.
I
Yeah, I'm
don't
making
know.
up.
I feel
Sorry,
like
I
there's
didn't even know they were
no
real.
superstition about 5-leaf clovers. I've
Yeah.
never heard of any.
Yeah,
I don't
so,
see why it would like toggle back and forth from 4 to 5. I would just assume that if a 4-leaf clover is supposed to be lucky, that
Freshman in chat, no, that's from Black Clover, you fucking weeb.
Aloha,
I wasn't gonna
aloha,
bring it
huddle
up, but
Huddle up. Okay, yeah.
Huddle up, huddle up. All
Yeah.
right. So here's my thing.
Okay,
Archery,
yeah.
that's some white boy type beat.
Yeah. So you're
So it
saying
can't be
Arim?
us.
Are you true?
Yeah.
I mean, I was raised white.
Unless Amy had like a Katniss Everdeen phase.
I did not.
but she could be lying. We've known
Yeah,
she's
she
an
could be
established liar.
I'm
She's
not
a liar.
lying.
That's what a liar would say.
If you say
Gotcha
so.
there.
The way you said, you know what? I'm getting a little sus. I'm getting a little suspicious. I think Amy vented.
Almost us. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well,
So
Aram gets first guess, so
We're gonna have an ass inspection after
so
this
here's my
stream.
dilemma. It is because of the rules of the game. If you're trying to optimize your score tactically, it is never smart to vote for Jello because you can earn a point, but you can't block anyone else from earning points. But I feel like I'm gonna go with my gut anyway. I'm gonna stick on Jello for this one.
Okay, Amy.
I'm gonna pick Aram until it's Aram.
wow.
Aloha.
I'm gonna pick Arim.
Brennan.
I think I was gonna pick Aram, but I feel like Amy just applied another smokescreen.
All right.
So I'm gonna go with Amy.
Well, let's find out whose ass has an extra hole. Please speak up.
It's me. It was me all along, Brennan.
Wow.
When I said I was like, well, technically I was raised white. I was like, fuck, maybe
Yeah.
they'll turn on, okay.
you were light Yagami for a second. It was like, no, I've made a critical mistake. He's going to be on to me now.
Pretty much. So I lived on a ranch in Tennessee, and so we did many different things. Like I hunted rabbits with like slingshots. I like dug holes for outhouses. I lived a very country existence for a good portion of my life, and some of that includes like just some archery stuff, which is very funny because my father, when he was young, he got shot with an arrow like through his ankle.
Ooh.
Right? And you think that would be like enough to like dissuade him from doing any archery stuff around his own kids when he grew up? No. And so we were doing archery stuff, and my dumbass, I was like fucking 9, 10. I was just chilling. My butt was plump, a little too plump for the day. And then an arrow went flying towards my direction, and I turn, and a fucking arrow get right in it, and I have a chunk missing out of my ass because I was shot by an arrow when I was young.
I can't believe this.
Can I be entirely honest, Aloha?
Yeah.
The reason I didn't consider you as a suspect for this was because I was like, well, Aloha grew up in the South, so what would they need bows for? They all have guns.
Yeah, why wouldn't I would have expected you guys
Like,
shot
if
me.
it was I was shot in the ass with a BB gun or a real gun, I'd be like, oh, okay, probably Aloha. But
Like,
the bow
you know-
and arrow didn't clock.
Like, there's like seasons of hunting, right? Where it's just like there's a season where it's just like this is bow season and shit.
I
so there's
didn't. I
like,
didn't know that, honestly. No, I just.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it's so much less efficient.
I mean, yeah, but people don't
people do-
hunt for like
People do
efficiency.
bow hunting. Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
about the sport of it.
They
Yeah.
hunt to kill.
They hunt to kill, to fucking feel something. Give me my fucking 3 points.
All right, I will give Aloha. That is 3 points for Aloha.
This isn't
Amy
good,
has
guys.
competition.
I'm failing in my only expressed goal,
It's true.
and he's succeeding in the opposite of my expressed goal.
All right.
I believe you can get a point.
That's so generous.
I'm gonna cherish this 1 point I have. I don't know if I'm getting another.
Yeah. All right. Let's go on to the next one. Who spent a night on the floor of a public bathroom?
Fuck.
I imagine that means they slept there overnight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think it would have to. Otherwise, I would take issue with the wording.
Can
like,
That's
can
so
you
sad.
not all guess me?
so like
You gotta
it's
have
the-
bathroom energy.
We have like a $2,000 bed. I can barely spend a night on that, and it's like the nicest bed I've ever been on. You think I could fall asleep in a fucking public restroom?
I could fall asleep in a restroom if it's clean.
I mean,
Like,
it did
That's
just
a
say
big
spend
if.
the night, not sleep.
Just like a
Yeah.
tent in the
Ooh,
stall.
He was up all night long.
he was up all night long.
These were the only camping trips we could afford.
Parents like
Alas,
money.
we were-
Budget's tight this year. Sorry, kids. We're going to the local Denny's bathroom again to camp out.
Honestly, the critters in there might as well be wildlife, man.
Guys, one of these stories has to be Arim.
That's what
But-
I'm thinking.
but
Like, you
here's
can't
the
keep
thing.
blueballing us about Arim this whole game.
You
But,
can't
like-
edge me with an Arab story for the entire street.
He could though. He could indeed.
I do pride myself on like mixing it up from game to game in case anyone ever does like get like
Tries
me
to
and
do the
get meta
meta.
about it. And I gotta say, I'm glad I do that since fucking Arim and Amy are over here going, my calculation.
Psychoanalyzing every.
Fucking
I have
classes.
said no such thing.
I can sense
You thought it. You thought it. We're thought policing now.
See, Amy, you're playing the people part of the game, and Arim is playing the numbers part of the game. So between you, I'm fucked as a
Yeah,
host.
weirdly, I'm playing the game like you play games, Jello, where
You
you're
are,
like,
yeah.
I fuck the game. All I care about is the metagame.
And look at me. I'm just trying to make a good show, and I'm winning.
I know. Aloha really showing us what's truly important in life.
Friendship.
Love of the game.
You know, no matter what happens, I'll always be close friends with you when I cream your ass. Okay.
Ooh,
You're not gonna cream in my
Fan
ass.
myself.
I'll tell you that. Not with that hole in your ass.
I was gonna say if you cream in Aloha's ass, it just makes a teapot. Thank you, Kyle,
so-
for $20.
So it's like really hard to investigate this story because it's just like, you know, the thing is I don't think Brennan would stay up all night in a bathroom because I feel like for the most part he's been
Because
well
I'm
off
rich.
enough. Yeah, he's been well
Yeah.
off enough for his entire life that you're like, yeah, that's a good defense. That's a good defense
That's a
for
great
a story
defense.
that's mine.
I would pay thousands of dollars to not sleep on a bathroom floor.
like
That is
you're
for-
big.
That is for real. Like I'm also pretty. I'm not NFL WWE well off, but I'm.
Let's go, Rich Gang!
Let's
Rich
go
and tall! Rich and tall!
Rich and tall. But I would also like that is the type of thing we don't actually spend a lot of money on like random nice stuff. But if it was like the choice between like you can spend like $100 for like a 2-star hotel or like $500 for a 3-star hotel, I might pick the 3. I'll be like that. I'm gonna be feeling sleeping on a shit bed for 2 weeks.
Like,
so
yeah.
like,
Here's
like-
the thing, though. You're focusing exclusively on your adult lives. Because the circumstances here really sound like they could be college jello to me, because I know you had periods in your college life where you were like, oh no, I have no food. I guess I'll eat half a fucking Tootsie Roll off the ground for dinner. And also, it's raining and I'm locked out of my dorm, so I guess I'll just be here in the park. Or some shit
listen,
like that.
only one time did I get locked out of my dorm mostly naked and had to bang on the door and call the RA. And only like 6 times was I so sick at 4 in the morning that I have to literally scrounge around campus for dropped items like a raccoon to get sustenance.
But, like, you can understand why I feel like this could fit your oeuvre from that part of your life. I know nothing about what Brennan was like before he was rich and famous.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Always been rich, baby.
Brennan comes from a football lineage. So, like,
Yeah,
this would be
I'm like Secretariat. I'm like
Yeah.
a Musume.
yeah,
like, he
it's
was-
this thing of, like,
When Brennan was born, his dad was just standing right next to his mom, like waiting for the toss. For the
because like this reads as like a high school football story if you were like not of
I could see
the
that.
bloodline, right? But Brennan is of the bloodline, so therefore
I see. I didn't
it
know
wouldn't
that.
be like this. Yeah, now that's why I'm informing you. I'm teaching you about Brennan.
Yeah.
I know
This
the
is how we
lore.
learn about each other.
Yeah. And like Amy's quiet, but I can't expect to get anything out of Amy other than
No,
you
Amy
roast,
Amy
but-
definitely has like made a decision and has locked it in and sees no reason to give any other information to anyone.
The funny part
You're
is,
incorrect.
I I know exactly what face Amy is making every time anyone addresses her, and the fact that it's not quite the face present on her Fugi, and it's just this stone cold like, hello, I'm a nice lady taking care of this dragon in my arms, is like a little unnerving to me.
Yeah, I don't like it.
He-
You're kind of. What if I just vote Amy just to make sure Amy doesn't get points?
Jesus Christ. All right.
Go ahead.
I did
Amy-
that once already.
Amy, you are first in the rotation this time. Who do you
Oh,
think was
shit.
bathrooming it?
I actually don't know. I'm sort of with Arim a bit where I feel like this is something you could have done, Jello, but I know if you did not sleep that night. But you know what? I'm gonna stick to what I said. I'm gonna vote Arim until it's Arim.
All right. Aloha,
Jello.
Brennan.
I'm voting Aloha to block him from any more points.
I mean, once again, I'll stick to my guns with the Jello guess. That's also got to happen eventually, surely.
All right. Who is the bathroom sleeper? I mean, maybe they didn't sleep, but let's find out. Did you sleep, bathroom sleeper? Tell us.
Just kidding, it was me. Amy's
yeah.
days off. So this is only very slightly embellished because public bathroom does call to mind like a Denny's with raccoons and shit. This was a bathroom shared with many people, but not 100% open to the public. This was in college.
Okay.
So basically, I got locked out of my dorm room. I don't remember how exactly. I got locked out of my dorm room. It was late at night. And we had, in this year of college, I was staying in a dorm that kind of had like a suite style layout where it was like 4 dorm rooms with 2 occupants each with a shared, very small common space and bathroom. And so I was like, okay, what do I do about this? I had already tried beating on the door to my dorm, and my roommate was asleep, and or just felt like, hey, fuck that guy. I'm not opening the door for him. And so I was out of the room, and so I was like, under normal circumstances, I would have just slept on the couch, obviously, or tried to. I'm not sure how easy it would have been. The problem was, on this particular night, I had an exam in a morning class the following morning. Class at like 8:30 or whatever. And and I didn't have my phone or any other means of setting an alarm to wake myself up for it. So, I decided, I was like, okay, well, if I sleep on the couch, it's entirely possible it'll take me hours to fall asleep, and then when I do, I'm gonna wake up and it'll be like 10, and I'll be like, well, fuck me. But someone, because like people could get up and not wake me up, but someone surely has to wake up early for an early class and will use the bathroom for something. So if I go into the bathroom and sleep on the floor, I'll have an alarm clock in the form of someone opening the bathroom door and wanging me in the side of the head.
That's actually great social engineering.
So why aren't you winning, Arim?
Yeah, right? Yeah, so yeah, no, that was the circumstances, and I would have gotten away with it too if Amy weren't playing the rules of the game so expertly.
I really did think Amy was maybe gonna waver off of it for half of a second.
I was hoping, but no, good job sticking to your guns.
I am steadfast in my ideals.
But now that we've broken the seal on the Arim vintage, now is where things get interesting, because you can't just guess me because there hasn't been one from me yet.
Looks at my next 6 stories, all of which are Arim and Sweats.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're maybe around halfway through for the game, so people who don't have the stream open, just so you know the scores. Arim is at 1, Amy is at 4, Aloha is at 5, and Mason has none.
Well, it's because I am simply too trusting. I trust people.
I think it's less about any of your characteristics and more that Aloha has your fucking number is the problem.
Yeah, you have been killing me.
I just thought you lived a long and storied life, but apparently not. Apparently you're not cool enough.
One day I'm gonna kill you.
The Earl of Grey, thank you for $50. The last story in here, you know how like sometimes people will do like, oh, we did this thing with our friends and it was all to like set up like a big proposal or whatever. It's like that, except at the end, Brennan's last story is who's gonna kill Aloha right now? And then you just hear like a knock on Aloha's door and the stream cuts. Oh, thank you for 20, I don't know, Myanmar dollars? Who can say?
Yeah, remember chat, this is for the Transgender Law Center. You can donate down below the chat. Give money. If we reach 150k by the end of the year, Jello has to play Danganronpa 2, not 2x2. Controversy.
I can't believe this shit. It's so obnoxious. But yeah, give us money to exacerbate our suffering. Let's move on to this next one. Whose Facebook featured a photo of them with the KKK? Now, Brennan, you might have fucked yourself on this a little.
This can't be happening.
The
My
MFM
concussions
collection
led me to tell one of my stories.
Yeah.
This is gonna be some shit like someone has a relative that was in the KKK, and they weren't like in costume, but
Mm-hmm.
In costume, in cosplay.
you know, KKK cosplay.
I don't understand why they kicked me out of the convention.
So
Why
here's the
aren't
thing.
you in uniform?
Here's a genuine question: how active are the KKK in Newfoundland?
Probably not at all.
They're not. I'm pretty sure it's an American thing.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean,
So
I'm
way.
sure at any given part of the world that has a significant white population is going to have white supremacists, but I don't think they'd be formally part of the Ku Klux Klan.
It's a
yeah,
certain,
specifically, yeah.
Someone has
But
a
it's
really...
me though.
Can you
It would be
can you
really funny if
restate
it was
the
somehow
story?
you again.
Yo, Matthew
What
Trimble,
was the phrasing exactly?
Thank you for $100. The phrasing I have is, whose Facebook featured a photo of them with the KKK? And there are two...
Okay, so that doesn't mean that they were in uniform. That means that they might have accidentally bumped into David Duke at the grocery store.
Yeah,
and
could be a
just
family
lighting
member.
Maybe.
So, Aaron, where did you grow up?
Virginia. But Northern Virginia outside DC. I grew up in the part of Virginia
The North.
I grew up in the part of Virginia that has IHOPs rather than Waffle Houses.
Okay,
That's the distinguishing factor.
Also, in fairness, the damning answer there would be Indiana. The KKK is actually not as exactly just Southern as you would hope they might be.
Actually, one of the largest chapters of the KKK is in New Hampshire. So,
that doesn't surprise me. New Hampshire's weird culturally compared to the rest of New England.
Hey,
thank you.
Aren't you from New Hampshire, Brennan?
No, I'm from Massachusetts.
Isn't that close?
I mean,
it's not far, but you know what's far when you're rich and tall.
All the states in New England,
rich and tall.
All the states in New England are small, for the most part. So yeah, they're all none of them.
You know who else is from the South?
Who?
Vince McMahon.
Aloha.
That is true.
Yeah.
You know who else is? You know who else has been abusing a black man for this entire stream, much like the KKK?
Oh man.
Really backfiring, huh? Aloha.
Say it.
Say it.
Thank you, Giselle, for 15 euros. Thank you, Tiger and Friends, for $5.
God, I feel like I have to go back and run the tapes and.
Oh.
Oh.
They got him.
They got him.
He was about to run the tapes, and they fucking got him, dude.
Shit.
Aaron.
I miss him already.
Aaron, no.
There was a really good guess in the chat that like a couple people had the theory of like must have been an out of costume, could be like a family member, extended family member. Someone was like, maybe it's the I don't know if it was Indonesian or Filipino KKK, which is a same named group but is actually like far left and is like the opposite apparently. It's like
KKK?
that would be like an insane curveball.
Yeah.
They fucking got Arim.
What happened to him, man? Does he know?
I don't know.
What does he know?
What does he know? Guys, I'm suspicious. I don't think this Arim guy is chill. The more I learn about him, he stayed the night in a bathroom, dude. That's kind of fucking weird, huh?
That's dirty.
That's dirty.
Anyone have Arim's number? We can text him.
It's on my phone, but that's by you.
Okay, I'll walk upstairs. Hang on.
What do you mean walk
Damn.
upstairs? Oh, did I leave it in my bed? Fuck.
Chat, did you know if you donate money to the Transgender Law Center, you can bring Arim back to life? That's
true.
Right now, you can spend money, give us money to charity, and Arim will come back and we'll continue the stream. I'll wait.
Yeah, do either of you want to auction off a story of yours while we are sitting here to buy time? There you go. Oh, Arim.
Hello?
There you are. Hello.
What the fuck? Okay,
Hi.
no.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I had an internet issue, but no.
Whoa! Someone donated $1,000 and it got Arim back. It's amazing.
Oh, thank God.
It's a Christmas miracle. Thank you for the $1,000.
All right, well, I said a
that
bunch
power
of
for
shit
anybody
after
else.
that, but whatever. It doesn't matter that much.
Thank you,
Swag
Anonymous,
ever.
for $50. Thank you, Kyle,
So,
for 1,000. Woo.
It seems like Discord just suddenly was like, and we are no longer transmitting audio to or from you. We will give you no indication. You have not left the call. There's nothing wrong with your internet. Just get fucked.
Dude, just you sitting there silent, like, well, I guess I'll fuck myself then.
Yeah.
But what were you saying?
Mostly, I was saying that I'd have to really contrive to see how this could possibly be Amy. But if, like, Amy flew to visit Will that one time and was in Minnesota, maybe they went out for dinner and there was like, oh shit, we took this selfie with all of us. And in the back, we later discovered there was like a Minnesota clan gathering right at the edge of the frame. If Amy could somehow justify that story, this would be a dynamite, guaranteed no one will guess me one to submit. And I can't rule anything out because you got me with that fucking Naruto shit.
That's a wild theory, I must say.
The only thing less likely than Amy being near the Ku Klux Klan is Amy taking a photo of herself and putting it up on social media.
Yeah,
anywhere.
that's what I'm thinking, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, also. All right.
So you know what? It's not me. And after this, I actually have the funniest reason of why it couldn't be me.
Okay.
I
There
don't
you
appear
go.
on film. I'm a vampire.
Yeah.
All right, let's guess. Aloha, it's you first, I think. Then it rotates to the right.
Yeah.
Brennan.
It's definitely the funniest if it's Brennan, if we're being completely honest.
So here's
That just means that I aura farmed on the Ku Klux Klan.
Yes, that's why it's the funniest.
But yeah, it's your turn, Brennan.
I think it's Aloha just because if he takes a picture with anybody from his hometown, they're probably in the Ku Klux Klan.
Thank you for the $20, Arim.
I think I'm gonna guess Jello again because the version of this story that I want to exist is that you were at one of your rich extended family gatherings and Uncle Fucko from some other part of the country was like, oh, something all the rage in Europe, let's get a photo, and then it like turned out later he was like canceled because actually he was secretly like a Klan member or something.
Amy?
Jello for similar reasons.
I will say my family's intolerance is more of the neoliberalism flavor of like,
Yeah, that's why like it doesn't quite fit, but that's why it would be a surprise, right?
That's true. All right. Will the Klan photo bomber hopefully speak up? Okay, so in high school, I was in this production of a show. I was in this production of a show called The Foreigner, where
okay, we're off to a bad start.
No, it's actually quite a good show.
Oh, okay.
It's a story about a guy with intense social anxiety who is brought to a family trip, or like to visit some friends in like the deep Georgian South, and he's British, and he's with one friend he knows, and he's just like, I can't do it, I don't want to meet people. So it's like, all right, we'll just say you're from like Slania or wherever, like somewhere from like somewhere in the Balkans no one in Georgia's heard of. They'll definitely believe you. So the joke is he's just like a guy who fully understands English, who no one thinks he can understand English the whole time. And he ends up like uncovering a Klan rally. And the end of the show is them beating the shit out of the Klan. So they needed someone to play the Klan leader, and I'm tall and can do a Southern accent. So I didn't have to dress in the Klan robes, which was great. But there do need to be at least 3 other extras as Klansmen. And to be funny, the director got 2 women and a black dude, because he was like, this is the silliest we can do with it, because we do need to order actual Klan robes from the place. And, there's production photos of like the, on like set design week and dress rehearsal week. And just thinking like, I'm taking photos of my friends. The person who did the photos put them all up on Facebook and tagged everyone. But one of the photos they put up was a photo of me sitting surrounded by 3 people dressed in full Klan outfits, who were tagged as my friends who were in the show. And for reasons you don't need to think too hard about, one by one silently untagged themselves in that photo, leaving me alone tagged in a photo with Klan members.
Real.
So,
and like, Amy's at 5.
Yeah, that's a point for Amy and Ara.
And Arim, yeah. I just thought that Brennan outed himself on accident in that in one of his WWE photos, it was the Klansman video in the background, and that's how you remembered it so dearly. But yeah,
I would never
so
use Facebook.
dearly.
That's the other thing.
Treasured
like,
memories.
It would have had to also been your Twitter icon as well, which is like
yeah, which I would have done.
Yeah.
All right.
So I could say the story of why it couldn't be me.
Sure.
Okay.
So, first of all, I thought I internalized like a photo on Facebook as like a profile image, which that's even crazier. And I was like, oh, that can't be me because I don't have Facebook, except for like one brief period where I was in like grade 6 or something, and my friend set up a Facebook for me because we didn't have internet at the house at the time. And she was like, oh, what do you want for your profile image? I was like, well, I don't have any pictures of me. Just put up whatever. put up this little funny image, and it was just like it was an orange background with a darker orange circle on it, and it said, "You ain't gangsta unless you have an orange dot." And that was my profile image.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true.
The end.
All right. I was like, I know that was like an explanation of why you couldn't have been in a photo on Facebook with the clan, but like I kind of forgot that halfway through and was waiting for it to be like, and you tricked the clan into like changing to orange robes for a little while or something.
Orange is the new white coming to Netflix.
Whoa, great. All right,
Whoa.
next up, who fell in a manhole cartoon style?
Ah. Well. God.
I couldn't be me, because I would plug it up like a corner.
I mean, like,
It
the
would just
thing
go,
is, it could easily be Jello because he would step in and it would be like ankle deep, right? Like,
I wouldn't even know. I'd be like, man, the fucking potholes on the street. City needs to do something about it. Why does my foot smell bad now?
mm-hmm. But we haven't had an Amy story in a while.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, it's Amy.
Yeah, it's probably Amy.
Like, let's just think a bit, right? Because, like, I was about to say, who lived in an area with manholes?
That's some shitty
Surely
slick
none of
shit.
us.
Surely none of us.
Probably everyone but you, probably. So solid
Yeah,
defense.
that's the
Yeah,
thing.
do
I'm
you
just
even
like,
have sewage?
Someone in chat, Amy is a centimeter thin. She'd skip through a crack.
Like I had to dig outhouses when I was younger, so like we didn't have sewage for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
you
like,
were the sewage.
So it couldn't have been me. Definitely.
I have
It
fallen
couldn't be me
in
because if I fell into a manhole, I wouldn't fall.
Yeah. I did say so. I was telling Bo, the artist for these little figures that are on screen, I was like, it's so nice to have Brennan on, so I won't be the tallest in the lineup, because Bo likes to be like, here's everyone in rainbow order and here's heights for funsies. And I was like, finally, I'm not on the far right end of heights.
You're not on the
Yeah.
far right, huh?
I'm known as a far rightist.
Finally, I got untagged from the far right.
Even though you have a KKK picture.
But I feel like the wording is very telling, right? Specifically calling it like
character?
like a cartoon character, I feel like is a very Jello and Arimism.
I
type
did
shit.
rewrite this one, so that's why it's Jello. But again,
Okay.
maybe it's mine, because I have fallen in sewage multiple times. But did I fall in a manhole cartoon style?
Would
Yeah.
Arim have 2 bathroom-based stories?
Yes, he
Yes.
absolutely would.
Yeah.
How do
I
you
mean,
fall in a manhole cartoon style?
I mean,
You know, like
probably
you walk
like,
over it,
look
and then you're
over
like, yeah, and then you look down like Wile E. Coyote and hold up a sign that says, "Uh-oh."
Yikes.
Oh, okay.
And we're sure it's a manhole and not a man's hole, correct?
I'm gonna guess, yeah.
Okay.
That would
Okay,
take
okay.
out, that would eliminate Arim, since he's our token straight, as far as I know. Brennan, are you also a token straight?
I
He has a
keep it
wife.
mysterious for work purposes.
Oh, yeah, true. He's a professional queer baiter.
Okay.
Please do not ruin my allure. I'll stop getting messages from Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not much to talk. Like, there's not much sleuthing I can do.
I'm trying to copy Amy's strat. I have my guess already in mind, and now I'm just kind of silently prowling like a submarine.
All right. Well,
That
some
has
of
never
us-
been my strat.
If
Well, that,
I'm not even, I have you all muted until you stop talking, then I guess randomly. Yeah, let's if we have no more discussion, Aloha, it's your go, I believe.
It's me.
go, huh?
I'm gonna put Arim.
Okay, Brennan,
Amy.
Arim,
I'm gonna say Amy also.
Amy,
Mason.
okay. Will the person who fell in a manhole please speak up?
It was me.
Ah.
See, I told you could get a point.
Finally, a point.
I went
Damn.
with my instincts. When you said it was me, I knew you weren't lying.
Yeah, I felt that too a bit. I should trust my shit like that.
Crazy.
Crazy.
So I want to say I was around 8 or 9, and I was hanging out with some girls in the neighborhood.
Some girls.
Yeah, some girls. With my sister. So, yeah, me and my sister, 3 other girls, and nearby our house there was this like parking lot with a bunch of shops in it, and what at the time was, I guess you could call it an unused warehouse, but it used to be a Walmart. And the place was not derelict, but it was certainly unkept. So there was like, smashed bottles and just shit lying around, trash everywhere. And our parents were like, don't go near there for obvious reasons, because there's like, you can get caught on glass, you'll find a needle, whatever. But of course we didn't listen, we were kids. And it was in the middle of winter, and we had some heavy snowfall recently. So we were running around there in that space, and suddenly I drop because apparently someone had left a manhole uncovered, but we didn't know because it was covered with snow.
Oh, it was a trap, like you were in
Yeah,
Vietnam.
it was like a booby trap, yeah. So I didn't go all the way down to the bottom. What happened was I sort of caught myself on the edge of the manhole with like my armpits. So I got my arms up and I'm dangling. And I am not strong enough to pull myself up. And it's all snow and shit. So I'm very scared at this point. So I call to the other girls and I'm like, help me, I'm stuck, I can't feel the bottom.
And then one of them let you drop.
Well, they started
I killed Mufasa.
they started laughing at me.
Damn.
They were like, haha, that's so funny, I can't believe you did that. I'm like, I might die. Please help me. So finally, I think my sister and another girl who was her age, they ran up the hill to that girl's house, which was very close by. And her dad came out and pulled me up, and he was upset. He's just like, this is why we tell you not to play around here. Now go off. So we left. And then the funniest thing about it is that younger girl who got her dad, she then went back and got into the manhole of her own volition in the way that I did. Because she was like, I wanted to know.
Came back.
She was like, I wanted to see. So he had to come out again. And left her. He was so fucking pissed.
I rightfully so, yes.
But yeah.
Yippee!
Yeah, that is a point for Arim and a point for Brennan.
Can I
Go.
actually? One of the craziest things about that story is that I forgot it had happened to me until that girl was talking to me like years and years later. Like I was in my 20s, and she came up and was like, do you remember that happening? And I remember feeling like it coming back in waves, like it was like traumatic.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's
a
the plot of
scary
Made in
thing.
Abyss.
Yeah.
We made
Yeah.
motion picture Memento.
All right.
Yeah,
Moving
good
on
one
to
point, man.
Moving on to great job. Hey, it's more points than I have. Moving on to the next one. Who goaded a kid into physically attacking them in order to get them suspended from school?
Aloha.
Aloha.
Immediate.
What? No, it's not me.
It's Aloha.
Defend
It's not-
yourself. Chat
Why would it be me?
also aloha. So-
Actually,
It's not. Me! It's not me!
Jello, I love
Your
your immediate
meth-addled
defend
middle school.
yourself like you're fucking Judge Doom.
Could you restate the thing, Jello?
For the record, okay.
For the record,
restate
yes,
his
please.
story, please.
The story that you handed me is worded as such: who goaded a kid into physically attacking them in order to get them suspended from school?
I would not have to physically goad a man into fighting me. I was simply Asian in a country place.
Unfortunately, some would consider that goading.
Physically, with your
Standing
body.
there with that provocative Asianness about you.
Look, I know saying
He's
it isn't
standing
me.
there Asianly.
This could be Amy, and you're letting Amy win.
We're all here eating our
me.
normal ass. We're all here eating our normal ass Appalachian school lunches with, like, you know, the terrible slice of pizza or chicken tenders, and this kid rolls up with sushi he brought from home, and I know you're not Japanese, Aloha, but that's part of the bit, to be clear, and not, you know.
Arim's like, listen, I want to make a joke about other people being racially insensitive. Understand this is performance art. I know if I were being accurate, you would walk up to school with a bucket of kimchi, Aloha.
But look, it's not me. It's not me. It's not me. You all gotta trust me. Someone's
you
fucking
sound
setting
like-
me up.
You're just a little guy. You're just a little guy over there.
Listen here, Amy. This could be fucking you. This could be you, Amy. And you're
I
just
already
trying to
told
get
you
those
it
three.
was me.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. You know what? I'm gonna vote Amy, but, like, you know, that's beside the point. It's not. Brennan, look me in the eyes. Look at our glassed eyes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at you in the eyes.
Have I ever lied to you?
Have you? Yes, all the time.
Fuck. Never mind. Arim, look at me.
I feel like you and I are the only people who are capable of physical provocation, and it wasn't me.
I think Amy could. I think Amy.
Was Arim Amy couldn't even pull herself out of the hole.
Yeah, but, like, that's
I
not
was
not
8.
physical. That's not physical though. This is like Amy's a son of a bitch. Okay. No way. This is Amy. Yeah, Jared. Like, you'd cover for your fucking sister. Okay, you little shit.
I did.
Smoke screen. Smoke screen.
I did tell Amy to mess Jared, like, please don't react like that. I was there for that one to any of that.
Amy's controversial, but not physical.
Amy goes, oh, he wouldn't. And then she goes, actually, I'm going to message him anyway, though.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Amy might not be confrontational physical, but I feel like Amy would sacrifice her physicality in order to spite one fuck ass kid.
That does
Right?
feel, yeah. I'm getting an evil read of Amy, and that feels like a Death Note play.
I feel like Arim's too much of a pussy.
Yeah, I don't think Arim did it. Because Arim would be like, "Oh no, I actually got hit."
Oh,
I don't know.
I
why I'm
actually
shitting on you.
I died that day. You have to let go. It's
Arim
been 40
actually-
years.
Arim actually looks like this in real life because he's a semi-transparent ghost. That's why.
Like, I think we've had enough discussion. It can't be me. Okay.
All right.
If you vote for me, you're a fucking fool, and I hope you know that. Okay.
Brennan, you have the first pick. Who do you believe?
Aloha.
You bitch, son of a bitch.
Arim.
And two, Brutus.
Day.
Man. So you grew up rich, Brennan. Did you go to, like, good public schools?
No, I went to
private
He went
private
to
school.
he went to Catholic school.
I went to Catholic school.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know how that factors into the plausibility.
He was probably too busy drawing Majin Buu in his fucking notebook.
I was. That's how I met my best friend.
Aaron, why are you not automatically guessing Aloha?
I don't.
Don't listen to her fucking
no,
lies.
Wait, that was
no,
Amy.
no.
It's Amy.
This is- I'm not.
You can't
Do
change
you-
your bet now.
No, do you want to? Do you want to change your bet to
No,
Amy?
I'm not changing. I just want somebody to throw a
I'm-
pinky vote at Amy.
This doesn't. Oh God. I'm gonna say Brennan.
Okay. Amy.
Told you to think that anybody would challenge me.
Yeah, I'll stick with Aloha.
Okay. Aloha.
I'll vote Amy.
Thank
All
you.
right. Provoker, will you provoke everyone here by revealing yourself?
You little fucking bitch. I knew it. Okay, here's the
I
thing.
knew it.
As soon as Jello was like, do you want to change the vote? I knew it was wrong. I knew Amy was wrong. But I was just like, but what if there's like a triple layer to this fucking shit? I was like, because here's the...
He was hesitating too much because it's so obviously Aloha code, and he was just like, who is the best play?
It's this thing of like, the fucking the one problem where it's just like you're given three options, you pick one, and then the guy goes, what if we...
Oh, the Monty Hall problem.
The Monty Hall problem, that's just Jello's entire fucking thing in this game. He will, like, when I was asking like a certain question, he was like, gave clarification. He wouldn't give clarification if I was right.
For the record, that's actually untrue. I actually just randomly switch up whether I'm helping or fucking over the person I know who it is, because if I do one or the other all the time, it's too easy of a tell.
Well, it's been right this entire game personally right now. But yeah, go on, Arim. Tell me how you're a little bitch.
Yeah,
okay?
Arim just swept into first place. So tell us about it.
So, when I was in elementary school, this was probably 3rd or 4th grade, there was a kid who I was in the same class with for most of elementary school, who let's call him Aiden, even though that's ahistorical because, this was the mid-90s, and so the big wave of people naming their kids
Aidens
Aiden,
are a now
Jaden,
name.
and Braden hadn't
I
happened
don't.
yet, but
No one was gonna nail you for the ahistorical nature of your face.
I would have.
So Aiden, another kid in the class, had severe anger management issues. Like he was for his age, he was very tantrum prone, like physically. And so it was not, it was at least several times per school year. Something would set him off, and he'd become so physically unruly that he'd be removed from class and like sent home for the day, or in extreme cases, suspended for a few days. And the thing was, Aiden, in spite of this, Aiden was not, he was not like a big, strong, bully physicality kid. He was not terribly physically coordinated, and he like didn't like know how to fight per se. He didn't like throw a lot of punches. When he got mad, he would mostly just kind of like like body slam you, which so he'd get physical, but he wouldn't like punch you in the face and actually give you a black eye. And I knew this about Aiden. Everyone knew this about Aiden. And one day, he was, however, kind of a piece of shit, and so like he would bully people verbally. He would be a little shit in the standard 8-year-old way. And there was one day that he was giving a lot of shit to a girl in our class who I was friends with, I guess I would say. I don't remember.
Leave her
Leave
alone.
her alone. I remember she told me the plot of Sailor Moon one time. I don't really remember anything else about our association, so I don't think we were ever, like, close friends, but, she watched anime, so, like, she was, like, kind of a quote-unquote weird kid, so she was a target for this kind of thing. And so he was, like, calling her fat a bunch, and, just being, like, being a little bitch. And I was like, man, I fuck this guy this particular time. So I was just like, I just like said some not directly confrontational, but like shit that I knew would like get under his skin. And he told me to shut up, and I was like, oh, now I've got you now. You've fallen into my Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap card. Because from that point on, all I had to do to use my, MMO aggro provoke skill on him was to just
Taunt.
say like, yeah, it was to taunt. It was to just be like, no, I'm not gonna shut up. And so I was just like standing against the wall in the classroom, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna shut up. And he like gave me like a light body slam for it, and I was like, oh, I'm still not gonna shut up. And every time I did, he would slam me into the little heating vent radiator thing over and over.
Hit me, Batman. Hit me.
Pretty much. And so I only had to do this like 2 or 3 times because every time was making a really loud clang as he like pushed me into it. And then it was like we were not like mid-lesson. It was like kids were in small groups, but like obviously the teacher noticed like immediately and came over, and like they had to get the male teacher from 2 classrooms down who had the physical strength to just like lift him up and carry him out of the classroom. And they asked me what happened, and Aiden being Aiden and me being me, I said truthfully that I didn't fight back, that he just, slammed me into the radiator a bunch of times. And so I got off scot-free and he got suspended. And then later that afternoon, I went home and legitimately I felt like I felt like complete shit. I was like, I've done a terrible wrong to this. I've framed him for a crime. He's going to go to jail
You probably
now.
set him up on a life path of like the prison system.
That guy's life is over now because of you. I hope you
That's
know.
that's the dude who was selling coke out of the back of that van earlier, Arim. He had to
Yeah.
move schools to
He
the
moved
south.
to Aloha's hometown.
Yeah, dude, it definitely
And became
fucking.
Yeah, they were
a
like,
Walter
here
White.
we are in like upper middle class Virginia or wherever. You know what's a really up and coming town? That one place with the trout festival, like 3 outside.
It's not a trout festival. It's a fucking catfish festival. You fucking fraud.
Oh, you ever been noodling Aloha?
No, but it was very popular here, obviously. But yeah, sorry, Arim, for calling you a little bitch when apparently you're not.
No,
a
you're
little
correct.
Bitch.
I mean,
You're a
the
hero.
story is about me being a little bitch, honestly.
You're kind of, in a way, you're like Jesus Christ.
Like,
You
because
sacrifice
I,
your body
like,
for the sins of-
in my way, very much so, yes.
the thing
Yeah.
that gives me respect points towards you is the fact that you let him slam you like multiple times. I would have had him slam me one time and then fucking pretended like my life was ending.
Oh, yeah.
I would
Well-
have just been like, oh.
Oh, you do it full on, like, injured in a soccer game style? Like,
Yeah,
my
or
leg!
Or like collapse to the ground unconscious, but not actually unconscious.
Yeah,
And make him think he killed me or something.
my favorite part of that story is that at the very end when it was like, and I went home and you hesitated, and I was like, I wasn't sure if this is gonna be like, no, what have I, like, what it actually was just like, I'm a monster, what have I done? Or like, yes, now that girl can tell me all about Sailor Moon as much as I want.
You're an anti-hero, really.
Yeah,
No,
like
because
Spawn.
like everything he did, he got in trouble for a valid reason, but like 100% it was my intent to get him in trouble for something he might not have otherwise done. So I felt pretty bad about it. I felt deeply dishonest over it.
Tricked.
Trick.
All right. Well, this next story is about another person being a little bit dishonest, who pretended to be a 4chan hacker in order to save their forum. In order to save the forum.
It can't be me.
Forum.
It can't be me because
That's
Yeah, you're
not
too
how you
young for
saved
forums.
You didn't save your My Hero Academia role-playing forum by doing
But
that.
that was
Are
on,
you sure?
yo, this is how young I was, Brennan. That was on Discord, you fucker.
Wow.
It's a forum, dude. Why would I be on a forum?
Brennan,
That's a
how
good
does
point.
it
This is
Brennan, how does it feel being friends with someone who's about as old as your daughters are?
No.
Yeah, I don't like it.
God.
I don't like it. It keeps me young, but I don't like it.
His other friend, who is like his real life version of me, is also like the same age as me.
That's really funny.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
surround myself with young people for their blood.
It's like the way that's phrased. I pretended to be an internet hacker to save my forum.
It's my favorite light novel title.
Well, it's like obviously the subject matter is very like internet bound millennial, but the way it's phrased makes it sound like one of those 90s, ragtag bunch of kids sports movies like, "Oh, we got to win the big game to save the chicken coop."
This
or
yeah,
whatever.
this rather than 90s movie, this gives me big like 2003 book in your library that won one of those little medal awards. Like, it wouldn't be like, it would be right next to like Frindle or something.
Yeah.
It would be like Yes, the person who like Shredder Man, like I pretended to be a hacker to save
Shredder
the school.
Man.
Yeah. Yo, where are my Frindle heads at in chat?
I love
Who
he
all read
immediately goes,
Frindle?
Frindle.
Who read Frindle after ordering it through the Scholastic book catalog?
What the fuck is a
The book fair
frindle?
is so
Man,
fire.
they don't do those anymore. That's such a
They
They
bummer.
do, they do.
No.
Whoa.
Don't worry,
What?
I'm in the schools.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, he's a parent. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, clear that up, please.
I was told that they didn't do that anymore, so I'm happy they do that still. Did you show up to the Scholastic meeting? It's like we're actually thinking of pulling out, and you walk out topless, and you're like, "Excuse me," and crack your knuckle.
I'm always topless.
We're actually thinking of canceling the Scholastic Book Fair. Oh, but did you know I'm a famous internet hacker? Trying to save the book fair.
Can I actually ask, like, do you ever like use your your energy ambiently in like PTA meetings or whatever? Be like, what do you mean she got a B on the math test?
I don't even leave my house.
Okay.
I was just explaining because I'm actually not in the schools anymore because my kids we took them out of the horrible Florida public school system. So we have a chef that comes to teach a cooking class in homeschool. And every time he sees me, I'm just sitting in my office as I am now, doing nothing. Maybe playing video games at most. Like I'm never doing anything. And every time he comes over, I'm never doing anything. And he asked me one day, he was like, "Hey, what do you do?" Because I work 1 day a week. I just leave to go to work 1 day a week. So to the untrained eye, I'm just a bum. I only go into my garage.
He's not wrong.
Work out. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't leave. Yeah.
But do you spend time hacking on 4chan to save the
Now,
file?
I do know Brennan was a 4chaner,
I did use
But-
4chan.
but that's the thing. Why would he pretend to be a 4chan hacker to
If I
save his
was a
forum?
4chan
That-
hacker.
That is so unsurprising to me because like one of the only recent things I learned about you is when whoever the fuck was like, hey, just a heads up, I'm doing like a video about you on my like YouTube drama channel because it got voted. Do you want to like put your voice in there? I did ask Aloha, I was like, what is your advice? And Aloha was like, oh, Brennan watches this guy, he's okay. And I was
Don't worry. I'm abreast of these things.
It's like, oh, the YouTube drama video watcher was on 4chan. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Literally, all me and Brennan do are consume YouTube drama videos that have nothing to do with anything we're about.
I need
my
something
God.
playing in the background while I eat.
All right, I think we've wrapped back around. So, Arim, who do you think was this dastardly hacker?
Fuck, I was thinking so much about Frindle that I barely even considered the question at hand. God, because like, yeah, Brennan is definitely the most like I would actually like be on 4chan or internet forums coded of you guys. I feel Aloha's too young.
Amy's been really quiet.
Amy has been dead silent, but that's Amy most rounds so far, whether
Amy-
it's her or not.
I haven't been able to find the spot to say something. You guys were talking. I don't know.
Do you have your own theories?
I don't know. I just feel like Aloha is too young for forums. That's
Yeah, it can't be Aloha.
my biggest thought.
We all agree on that.
Yeah, 100%.
I love.
All right.
Yeah, God.
I do have to vote first. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go Brennan.
Okay.
Again.
I'm also gonna go Mason.
Aloha,
I'm gonna go Amy.
Brennan.
I'm gonna go Amy as well.
All right. Will the hacker reveal themselves by hacking into the mainframe?
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm in. I hacked into the Matrix. So, on my, I was on a medieval fantasy role-playing forum in the third grade. And while I was on that forum, somebody got upset based on a role play that went wrong, They were very angry. And as was the style at the time, they attacked the forum using, you know, those Tub Girl hyperlinks that would make like a million pop-ups pop up on your computer?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you wouldn't know because you're a Discord kitten, but the adults know.
Yeah.
So he was spamming this stuff on the forum. So what I did was I went into the little like hyper chat, and I said I made a new account called Anonymous, and I said such and such. This is Anonymous from 4chan. I have your IP address, and I now know your address. If you don't leave immediately, then I am going to call the police. And then I ended it with like, I am Legion. I do not forgive. I do not forget.
In fairness, that is actually how a 4chan hacker would fucking end a message like that.
Yeah, because I was there. I know.
Someone in chat asks in all caps, "Was this site called The Keep by any chance?" I assume the forum.
I don't
knew that.
remember. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's very possible. If you were on a roleplay forum with me when I was in the 4th grade, that would be mind-blowing. But I don't remember because I have concussions for a living.
Also, so many people are mad because it's just like, I'm younger than Aloha. I was on forums chat. I wasn't on the internet until 2012. Okay.
Yeah, Aloha was a Chad. He regressed.
Yeah, I didn't watch anime until like 2012 as well. I did not know anything of the nerd culture, other than like video games.
Aloha's just a genuinely cool person who we grabbed and sucked down into this shitty subculture.
Yeah, you brought me down into your level. I say next to Brennan, who was in the NFL.
I was always down. I just presented up.
Yeah, truly yin and yang.
Yeah.
All right, well that's
in the way that Arim is like Jesus Christ. I am like the Buddha.
That's like that's another point for Amy and Arim. We're nearing the end. I believe we have 2 prompts left.
I had to vote for Amy because if it was Amy, she would get a lead that I feel like would be impossible to catch.
That's true.
Me not voting Brennan was a tactical play because even if no one guessed him and he got 3 points, he would still be too far behind to even catch up.
I'm not even in first place.
Not anymore.
Me and Arim both got points. Arim is in first.
I had to make a choice.
All right. You chose wrong.
Sometimes when you play hard, you make enemies. Let's see if God, I hope someone made enemies by doing this this next thing. I lied. There's 3 prompts left, and the third to last is, who put bubbles in the public fountain so often it was shut down?
Put bubbles? Like,
yeah, I assume like soap, like
soap?
bubble
solution. Okay.
like bubble soap.
Such a fucking.
Does it say whether it was
fountain, like a water fountain? Like
I was gonna say, does it say like a
or...
drinking fountain or just like a fountain for decoration?
It just says a public fountain, so I could actually see either.
I guess
Also,
it could go either way.
Really quick, No Pity Kitty donated 40 Nokias because this money was donated due to Aloha's meow.
Wink.
Well, we don't have a public fountain. You're wrong, Jared.
It was
mall...
shut down years ago.
No, it's true. The mall by our house used to have a fountain that they did take out.
We don't have a fountain, thanks to my.
Yeah, if you actually, Jared, you're in Amy's old room, right? If you peel off the wallpaper, you can still find the pinholes from her big fountain killing.
My big scheme.
Your big scheme.
You could find some of the old bubbles. They couldn't
You got
track
that like
shit.
you got one of those like drug stash kind of like removable sideboard at the bottom of one of your walls, but it just contains 400 pounds of bubble bath mixture.
Listen,
what a whimsical crime.
I just wanted the mall to be, magical with bubbles, like a fairy dreamland. Every girl's wish.
Dreamland. That's how you know it's not Amy, because it's just like a fairy dreamland, like every girl's wish.
No, it's me.
When Amy was just like, I do want it to be like a Spyro level.
that does make a certain amount of sense. However, I have to take issue.
In Spyro.
I have to take issue with your statement, Amy, since this one is me.
Yeah. Security,
you.
that girl's around hiding
I'll kill you.
hundreds of.
Arim, convince me why it is you. Tell me.
Yeah, why was it you?
Why was it you?
Why does anyone commit crimes? Obviously, it can be for material gain. It can be for to seek vengeance, to visit harm
Glory.
upon someone that we care so deeply about. But sometimes you do it just for the thrill of the chase.
You
want
sick
to be
fuck.
caught. You want to be suddenly have a light shined upon you at midnight as you crouch, skulking by the town square, the fountain beginning to boil over with the signs of your sins.
I gotta say, Of the Devil Chapter 2 really lowers the stakes.
Okay, so Amy. convince me-
Arim,
Yeah.
you're so full of shit.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't me.
Yeah, Amy, could you convince me why it's you?
Yeah.
Why, it is me? I already told you.
Yeah, it's you. Oh yeah, I guess because the
Because it's
level
so
of-
girly pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
there were-
girly pop.
I live by a mall that used to have a fountain. It no longer does. And bubbles are magical.
And I did that. I made that happen.
It was
It
me.
can't be Aloha because the only fountain by him says that he can't drink out of it. So
we can make that joke. We can make that
Yeah,
joke.
no,
we can make that
We can make that joke. This is a thing where it's just like this doesn't happen often on these streams where two people of color get together and can make these jokes. You know, this would be happening if me and Mo were on the same stream too. Don't worry.
That's true, yeah.
If Mo were here, I'd be guessing Mo instantly for this one.
So Brennan, tell me why it's you.
the bubble blower of Bikini Bottom. Well, it was me because I already came up with a name for my legendary criminal title.
Oh yeah.
It was early laying the groundwork for your next wrestling persona, the Bubble
The bubble
Basher.
blower.
Yeah.
You
The
see, this
bubble
is
blowing
actually,
basher.
and for me, this is actually a continuation of the drug story I told, but I put cocaine in the water, and that's what made the water go all crazy.
Is that true? If you put cocaine in water, does it get bubbles? Like
I
I
mean,
don't-
if
I
you
don't fucking
drink
know.
it, then it starts to look like bubbles are in it, but like there's not actually any.
why do you know that?
Why do you know that?
So here's why it's me. No, I don't have a reason.
Okay.
Yeah, Aloha, I think you are the first guesser this time. So who do you think is the bubble blinging blasher or whatever Brennan said? a
Bubble
minute ago?
blowing bastard.
Jello.
I think it's me. Okay, Brennan.
Yeah, I think it's Jello.
I also think it's Jello.
Arim.
I don't think it's the fountain that you were referring to, Amy, but I could see this. I'm gonna go Amy with low confidence, but this is a kind of whimsical thing that I want to believe you did.
Amy.
Well, why would you say it was me when you already said it was you? I think it's you.
All right. Will the bubble blower blow their secret out in the open and pop it so we can all hear the truth?
So it was the Obama administration, right? And see, when Obama was president, he gave grants to cities to just kind of like make them look better. And so they turned this like parking lot that no one uses into this like small park near town square, right? And it had like a couple of benches, and then it had a fountain, a water fountain. And years later, I was in high school again. Wow, who would have thought? And you said you had no stories. To me, this isn't interesting, but I guess like I get like small town hijinks is interesting to people who weren't small town hijinks.
I
So
honestly
me and-
can't believe that your little podunk town had a fountain. Like you were not even on my radar.
It did. And so basically, me and my friends were like, hey, what if we just put bubble bath solution in the fountain? And we were like, cool. And so we would go there in the middle of the night and put bubbles in it. And so they would just fucking foam up, and then just bubbles would spill out all over the park. And so it was in the paper too. And it was just like, hooligans do this, and like, you know, all this other
Bubble
bullshit.
blowing
right?
bastards bastardized the
It was in the
fountain.
hooligans section, which is right between the funnies and the
Yeah.
obituaries.
And so pretty much, right? It was this thing of the town was like, don't do this, don't fucking do it. And me and my friends were like, what if we did it again? And so we did it again. And everyone's like, ooh, if we catch you, we're gonna fucking do it, and we're gonna get you. And then we're like, what if we fucking do it again? And so we did it like 2 more times before the town was like, this is costing us too much money to fix. We are just not turning the fountain on ever again. And we're like,
so you ruined
fuck.
it for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like anyone used that fucking park anyways, so it's just like, you know.
And then that town never voted for Obama again.
That is true. Man, Aloha, we could have, when we rolled into town, we could have had something on the Yelp page when it was like, what do we do in Aloha's town? And it could have been like, there's a fountain. And we could have gone, wow, a fountain. Instead of, I mean, I guess there's like an ultrasound clinic, and that's fucking
Like,
it.
pretty much, you know where...
You ruined the only attraction, and now the ultrasound clinic is like uncontested. This is on you.
How much did the ultrasound clinic pay you to put those bubbles in the fountain?
You got to put the competition out of business.
So, like, you know, after you guys picked me up and we were going to that, like, restaurant, you know where the catfish sign I showed you guys were? If we turned left there instead of going straight, we would have passed the park that I fucked up.
It's fucking rotting corpse. We could have seen it. Someone did
I
have
feel
a
like everybody here except me has left nothing but destruction in their wake with these stories.
All you
Arim's
do is
ruined
create.
a life. Yeah, I've only made life. Actually, I've only made black female life. So in a way, I am the yin to you guys' the yang.
It is very
So
much
real.
like that. I really like to imagine, Aloha, that like after this was in the papers and you did it over and over and they shut it down altogether, that the reason the town never voted for Obama again is like the next day's headline was big picture of the fountain with all the bubbles and like surrounded by police tape, and the headline just reads, "Thanks, Obama."
Thanks, Obama.
I would kill to see the newspaper the day after the first bubbling, where I'm sure it must have been front page news, like something happened! Exclamation point, question mark. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
All right.
thanks for the
Next
points.
one up, penultimate story, and that's 3 points for Aloha, putting him in the lead. Who was kicked out of the house because of a secret letter their parents found?
Oh, fuck.
Me, I was gay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's very Yuri coded.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's Amy.
It's Amy. I read it in a light novel.
Yeah.
I like. I'm trying to think. Brennan's. I always go to Brennan first because Brennan's obviously the person I know the most information about. I can't imagine Brennan being kicked out of the house without
Yeah,
it
but
like.
The prince of the football
No.
lineage.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like I feel like his life goes a little too well. Like what would be in that letter? I hate football. If it was like a letter saying I hate football, I think your dad would.
It's like
Yeah.
that. It's like the fucking thing Jack Torrance from The Shining writing it over and over in the typewriter, but just I hate football. I hate football. I hate football.
I don't think it can be Aloha because out of all of Aloha's siblings,
Aloha's
he would
the
be
only
the only
good
one who
one.
doesn't get kicked out of the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
God, I was-
his parents kicked Aloha out of the house, then they'd have no kids.
I thought you were gonna say I don't think it could be Aloha because I doubt Aloha could write that.
He can't write.
It would be like we'd be working on Sweetwater, and Aloha would be like, "Oh, sorry, I'm 1 minute late. Like my stepsister came home because their house burned down because she tried to like throw a pizza in the fuse box or some shit that would happen every week." And I'd be like, "What?" And you'd be like, "Oh, is that noteworthy? I don't know. It's just some shit they do every week." So like, you'd have to do some wild shit to be the most problematic of your siblings any given day.
I refrain from most like sibling story in the dirty laundry just because it would make my life sound a little too depressing.
It's pretty bad, if I'm being honest.
Arim is straight. Amy has good parents. Aloha is competent. Brennan is football. It can't be anyone.
No, like, I mean, obviously it could be Jello, for example, right? Because we've only had one Jello mix-up, correct? And like, But like, I don't know. It's just like I have a hard time seeing any of us getting kicked out of the house because like unless this
What would
isn't
set
like
off those
embellish.
wasps?
This is embellishment, right? I could say I got kicked out of the house because my dad was like, "Go play in the grass, idiot," and I was like, "Okay."
That's a good point.
Right? Like, is this kicking out in like a literal sense, or is this just obscuring facts just to make the story more interesting for the Dirty Laundry format?
More
Yeah, is
salacious.
this like kicking out, like you're not welcome in this house anymore, or is it like you go take a walk?
I doubt it's you're not welcome in this house
yeah, I
anymore.
assume it
mostly 'cause-
wasn't permanent.
Yeah, because I don't feel like any of us are the kind of people that would happen to, right? So in that case, that brings us all back into the table.
Chat, it was Aloha. You found a fucking letter dripping with soap suds that says, "It's me, I'm the bubbler."
The bubbler.
It was the bubble
Mac
bastard.
the bubbler.
And they were like, "There's only one punishment fitting for you," and they put you in the fireplace and went and blew a big bubble around you, and you floated up out the
That's
chimney.
my Danganronpa
There's only
execution.
one punishment for you. They put you in the fucking fizzy lifting drinks column with the rotating fan at the top. I don't know anything about most of your parents. I've met Jello's parents a little, but not enough to like, I guess your family dynamic is the only one that I really have any insight to.
Give me
I
some
feel like
insight.
this would have come up in the years we've known each other and talked about family stuff. Like I've heard a lot of stories about your family, and I've never heard this.
Yeah, someone's like, "Oh man, is Aloha just short?" No, Jello's 6'5" and Brennan is 6'8". Okay.
All right, calm
Let
down,
me-
you little baby bastard. You little bubble blowing baby bastard.
You can call me that. No one else.
Yeah, because you're my little bubble blowing baby bastard.
I keep watching the stream and Jello switches to the camera where I'm comedically small.
What do you mean? You're comedically correct size.
But
Little
anyways, so like I it's the thing of like I know nothing. I know a little bit about Jello's home life. I know nothing about Arim's home life other than I think Arim's parents love him dearly.
Yeah.
Right.
You sound adjusted.
I think I think Amy's parents love her dearly. I don't think anything like that would happen. That's why. But it's like this thing of like I think this is embellishment. I think this is like some silly
It's
thing.
not
where
a
you got,
real kick out.
It's
I
not
feel
a
like
real
a real
kick out.
kick
Yeah.
out would be too depressing for this stream.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's some big crazy shit that's been said on this stream.
Gianni
But,
confessed to killing a guy, so like,
Wow.
God, let's see. God, this is so fucking hard.
I think we should start pulling random triggers. So, Brennan, who do you think did it?
I think it was Amy because it sounded romantic.
Aw.
Oh.
Arim.
God, I'm gonna say I don't think it's Aloha, but I'm gonna say Aloha because I want to make sure someone votes for Aloha because he's in the lead, and it's not impossible.
Okay. Amy.
I like to pick Arim.
And then Aloha.
I'm gonna pick Jello.
All right. Will you reveal your letter, kicked out man?
It was me.
Oh, yeah.
And the kicking out is not really an embellishment. It was not like they dumped me on the street 5 blocks away and that was it. But it was not a go think about what you did either. Basically, so my parents divorced when I was about 10. And
Okay.
I lived with my mom following that. And when I was in 8th grade into early like freshman year of high school, was when I went from having no trouble at all in school, doing great all the time, to having immense trouble. From a combination of things, puberty, one of them, honestly, work actually being mandatory, like, I just, like, really spun out hard, in terms of, like, just being like, oh, I have homework, I'm not gonna do that, I don't feel like it.
This was your dark past.
Yeah. It's a very, you know, upper class white dark past, but it is my dark past. And my mom, who was a great parent to young children, not a very effective parent for rebellious teenagers, unfortunately. Just not great at walking the line of how to manage emotionally and like navigate that situation when they had when I started acting out. And so I spent huge swaths of that time like in various states of grounded or whatever from blowing off schoolwork. And in about a couple months into my freshman year of high school, I was very annoyed, and I had read like, if you're really like frustrated with someone and you don't know if you can express your thoughts to them directly, maybe just like, write a vent letter so you get your thoughts out and you understand your own feelings or whatever. So I did this. And accidentally, I wrote this letter and then I did not destroy it, which is what I should have done. I accidentally lost track of it, and my mom found it sometime later. And this was a full-on, like, really snotty, really fucking 14-year-old letter just bitching about this situation. And, yeah, no, she was very angry. And so basically, she gave me the ultimatum, like, I can't deal with you right now. You're going to go live with your dad. We're not discussing this. This is not optional. You're not going to live here for a while. And that was kind of like a end of the world level event for me at that point in my life. 'Cause I was very, very attached to home. We had never moved while I was a kid. I
assume they had nice trees there, and you've never really recovered since.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's really, my life continues to be a fucking shambles. If you want to know, though, yes, we did have very nice trees.
Much like that child whose life you ruined.
Yes. But no, like, I was very attached to where I lived. I had never lived anywhere else. I was a big crybaby about sleeping anywhere other than home. And I had never lived with my dad on my own. My dad was a very good man. He was kind of the opposite of my mom. He had no idea how to parent children. But as it turned out, he actually functioned a lot better as a parent for a semi-independent person with their own thoughts and opinions. So I don't want to tell my whole life story, but basically this happened. I was absolutely devastated, and it did in the end work out for the best. I ended up just continuing to live with my dad, and that was definitely better for me in the long run for that stage in my life. And once my mom no longer having to be in the position of, like, was no longer in the position of having to parent me, we're fine now. Like, we have a very good and healthy and loving relationship as adults. We just did not work as two people in that situation at that stage in my life.
I kind of had a similar thing.
Yeah.
So I do get a point for voting for you.
No, fuck you. Stay down.
I believe that's 1 point for Amy. The Arim killer brings her to 8. So she and Aloha are tied.
In the final round.
In the final round. This is it. This is for all the marbles. If you lose this, you lose everything, much like this person who, and I guess I'm asking, who nearly lost a family member to a trampoline in a hurricane?
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
To a trampoline in the hurricane, so it's probably hurricane happened, blew a... No, it's like hurricane happened and it blew the trampoline because it's one of those above ground trampolines and probably...
Yeah, I assume this was... Trampoline got picked up in the storm and would absolutely fucking kill you if it...
It's got to be somebody who lives in a hurricane area.
Yeah, like Florida. And has a lot of
said Brennan.
Who has a lot of small family members they could lose to a fucking trampoline hitting them.
That would be very convenient for you. I hope you get to your point. You'll need it.
You'll need it. I mean, like, I lived in Tennessee up until like this year, right?
That's tornado country.
So, like, why do I do this? I go,
though, isn't it? Am I crazy?
Tennessee? No.
No, Tennessee's one over from the. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and I live in
forgot.
like the most like mid landlocked area.
It's like it's
so-
west border of Virginia or North Carolina, right?
Yeah, some shit like
In
that.
area.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows.
Yeah, no one really knows. It's
Who
kind of like
knows?
it's kind of in that mush.
Tennessee might have like a toe dipping into Tornado Alley, and it might get some
Oh
like
no,
heavy.
I get shitloads. I got like shitloads of tornado in Tennessee.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so
But not
to-
hurricane. If
Yeah.
it was like any weather thing, then yeah, I would be on the table. But for hurricanes specifically,
Hurricane's got to be a Gulf thing,
yeah.
like Florida.
Is this our last, or do we have one more after
This is the last one.
This is for all the
Okay.
marbles.
Okay.
So like
A hurricane could hit Virginia.
it could, yeah.
Yeah, I
It
guess
could also
so.
hit Newfoundland, which is an island in the ocean.
What?
Newfoundland's an
But
island.
that's in the north.
I mean, can't
Hurricanes
don't you think a
do
hurricane?
go
We get-
up.
Yeah.
They go
we
up,
Get, we
but,
get
I mean-
hurricanes.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow, we're not
Usually
so
they
different,
become like
you and
a-
I.
Ashamed
It
to
becomes
have to
something
kill
else.
you.
Like I'm trying to fucking. All the marbles are right here.
I'm wondering
This is
if
for
this
all
is
the marbles.
if the trampoline involvement is like a trampoline flying through the air and hitting someone, and it's like, oh my god, they got like, they were like hospitalized, but then they were fine or whatever, or if it was like a near miss, or
I'm
what was
gonna
going-
assume near miss.
I'm gonna assume
like
near
it
miss,
could be
yeah.
either, but like this, I feel like if I don't know. If I had a family member who was like severely hospitalized for an accident like this and like almost died and eventually recovered, I'd feel a little more reluctant to use it as a haha gotcha story for this compared to like if they almost got creamed by it but in the end were fine.
You know who wouldn't have a problem doing that? Aloha.
Aloha, which member of
But
your
it's okay,
family
it was me.
is the most likely to get swooped up by a hurricane, do you think?
His nephew.
It would be me.
Yeah, because he's
But,
such a
like-
little guy.
But like I do have family in Florida. It is never stated that the family member is where they live. It could just be a
Yeah.
family member
That's
like
true, yeah.
outside. But like also, isn't this stories about us? Isn't it just like, yeah, sure, I've had an uncle that's done some crazy shit.
You
but
had
like
to be there. You had to see.
if it wasn't from first person, why even enter
I have-
into the dirty laundry?
I have
right?
been in Florida during hurricanes before. I don't have any family that lives there, but I do have rich, shitty,
Yeah.
liberal extended family who had houses there. God,
Mhm.
my
I guess it would depend on the story. Like,
Yeah.
if it's like a crazy enough trampoline hurricane story, then yeah, I think I would submit it. It was like, yeah, that was my uncle.
Has a hurricane ever hit wherever Arim lives? He's British, right? No, that's my other my alter ego, Savvy.
That's so true.
He's British.
True.
Aram desperately trying to answer yes to that question legally. Yeah. Thank you, y'all. $1. Thank you, baby.
$1.
Let's
Did you know that
go.
if everyone who's watching the stream right now donates $1, we'll have so much more money than we do currently?
That is true. Yeah. All right.
This is a hard one.
Is it Aram is who guesses first?
I think
for
it
this
is, yeah.
All right.
This is based on almost nothing, because I don't know where all exactly is hit by hurricanes. It doesn't even say that the trampoline was one the person or family owned, so like I can't base it on who would have owned
Could
a
be anybody's
trampoline.
trampoline.
So I'm gonna guess Amy, and my reason is simply I think we've only had 2 Amy's so far, so I feel like there should be
Well, that'd
another.
a really rude thing for Jello to do.
Amy,
I think it's
who-
Jello.
Thank you for $10. I always want to pronounce it Keel. Kyle, $5. Cielo Aten, and just some loser for $20. Aloha. Who do you think?
God. Everything's down to this fucking moment. Am I gonna beef it Or am I gonna fly high like the eagle I am?
Are you gonna
Fucking-
fly high like the trampoline that nearly killed that
I
man?
Thank
I'm gonna vote.
It was a kid.
I'm gonna vote Jello.
Okay. Thank you, $20 to Penguin Paladin, Anonymous for $1, and Lily for $1. Brennan, who do you think did it? Can you double your point total?
I think that the new knowledge that's entered my mind that Newfoundland is an island that experiences hurricanes. Very convenient for this exact situation. I think it's Amy.
All right. Will the double bouncer who nearly never bounced again please speak up?
The year was 2010. The island of Newfoundland was hit by Hurricane Igor. Igor, yeah. It was very dramatic. It ripped up a bunch of trees. I think it was like the worst hurricane we ever had on the island. And it didn't start till late in the afternoon. So we went to school that day, and as it was starting to kick up and the rain was starting to come down really hard, the wind was really bad, I was home. And we were chilling, and suddenly my sister, who's looking out one of the windows that leads to our backyard, is like, oh my God, the trampoline. Because we had a trampoline and we did not take it down. So the trampoline is being blown, and the only thing that is saving it from blowing and tumbling away into many yards and causing much destruction was a small apple tree that we had. So I was like, oh shit. And my mother just like completely panics. She doesn't know what to do. And just starts like running around like, oh my God, what do we do? So I was like, I guess I have to do something. So I run outside and I'm like, Mom, find the bungee cords. I know Dad has some somewhere. I'm gonna go and just assess, I suppose. And I went out, and 2010, I would have been like 15. And my brother comes out with me, and he is 8. He was so brave. He ran out with me, and I'm like, okay, I think I'll try to like pull it down. And he was like, okay, I will help. So I'm standing there and I'm like pulling the trampoline, I'm pulling it down, and then suddenly I look to my right and my brother's feet have left the ground. And I'm like, oh my God, if I don't tell him to go in right now, he might blow away and die. So I was like, go back in the house, help Mom find the bungee cords. Oh my God. So he does that. I very shoddily tie it to like our back deck until my dad could come home because he was still at work. And when he did, he actually properly took it down. So nobody was killed, no trampoline was lost, but yeah.
So it was
didn't
not
even
so
lose
much
the trampoline.
it was not so
What?
much that your brother was almost killed by the trampoline, but that the
trampoline, the trampoline simulation almost caused
it was
his
like
death.
it was a temptation that lured him there and nearly caused him to simply get swept away by the hurricane as it was passing through.
I think if the trampoline continued to blow, it may have killed him.
Ah.
It was also that he was flying. Oh, they're flying away.
Oh,
He
they're
was-
flying away.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Fuck. Three-way tie.
So yeah, with that, inexplicably, a 3-way. This really is like a reverse.
I was
like, you know.
Wait,
Brennan,
everybody wins except for me?
everyone wins except you. Unfortunately,
actually it's golf rules, so
I'm so sorry.
I was in a situation where I was just like, it was based off of what Arim voted, right? Because it's this thing of Arim voted Amy, and I was like, okay, if Arim's right, that blocks Amy from getting the 3 points, and then he comes up to 8, which matches us. Amy voted Jello, so I'm in a situation where I either have to bank on it being Brennan or vote Jello along with Amy. So if Amy's right, we both get 9 points.
You guys are
I mean,
all.
you could have
Metagame.
You could have voted
inputs.
for if you didn't think it was if you voted Jello you can never do better than tying Amy. If you really wanted to like go balls to the wall, you had to vote for me or Brennan and hope it was one of us and Amy was wrong.
Yeah, but it's safer to tie than it is to go for the balls to the wall, right?
Yeah.
I didn't lose.
You three are all fucking Light and L, like mental chessing each other, and Brennan's just in the corner like,
I'm just happy to be here.
I guess even though we do all have the same score, I do feel that the moral victory goes to Aloha, given his stated objective of sabotaging Brennan.
I guess.
That was it wasn't his objective. My objective was sabotaging him.
And look where I am now.
You did aggressively guess Aloha every time it wasn't Aloha, which is pretty crazy.
And Amy has given me 100% of my points.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
I'm fine with imposing golf rules, by the way.
All right, then I win.
Yay!
Wait. Hold up.
You don't have the votes.
Gotcha.
You don't have the votes.
Wait,
You're gonna.
but that's not how the game's played, though. The
Yeah,
game's
but
played
this
by.
is how the game works
Thank
this
you,
way because of
everyone. Our
democracy.
winner is Brennan.
Yeah!
Why
I
don't
fucking
we?
hate this.
All right, so I'll just DM each of you guys just so you have the ones that
My prize.
let me DM you your prize. Sorry, no official prize this time around. These are the ones I have that you guys submitted to me that I did not actually end up using. So I will pass these to you. We can read them out. Chat can be like, oh, I'm interested in that. And then you can be like, I'll tell that one for this many dollars.
Okay.
And it's collective. So if someone's like, I want $150, like 15 people doing $10 would all go towards that, etc.
Right. So here's the thing, chat. I'm gonna go first. This is a continuation of a story you already know, and it's probably one of the more popular stories I've ever told, right?
Bubble blowing saga.
And so I'm going to put $200 on this, and it's whose partner broke up with them because they cut spaghetti with scissors.
Real quick, I'll be right back.
And that's for $200.
That's so Italian.
It is very Italian.
I'll put my bounty up for 200 bounties, berries.
It's pronounced
$200. I'll tell you the story about how my driver was pulled over by the police in a corrupt country and he bribed them so that I could get to the airport.
That could only be you. I see why Joel
That's
didn't
why I
fucking say
didn't
it.
pick it. There was no fucking way that was any one of us. You know, it could be Arim, but I think Arim would have already told us that story. If
I'm flattered that you think I've ever had a driver.
it was an Uber driver, wasn't it? Like
It wasn't Saudi Arabia, guys. Good guess, though.
For Mace,
Good
$50
guess
for Mason
for corrupt
specifically from
countries I've
Nam.
been to.
Oh,
I
okay,
know it.
You're splitting it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So freshman has put 200 into that. So in that case, this is one.
Like, I mean, if someone just donates like $400, then it's just like you get
someone
both.
just donated
We'll
like
tell the stories at the same time.
$18,000.
Corrupt countries
I'm
for
back.
200.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's 160. Yeah. What? You can also tell anything that's not on there.
Yeah.
There's a lot that like no one submitted because it's like, well, that's a great story, but my friend will know that, so I can't. submit it. But
There's an obvious one for me that I couldn't use because I know I've told it among the friend group before, but I don't think I've told it on a stream before, or at least not in a long time.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do a solid. Since someone donated $1,000 earlier, I'll tell my story and just combine those totals for Brennan's. How about that?
Okay,
Just
sure.
as
What do
a
you-
kindness for the person that donated
yours
$1,000.
and Brennan's then.
Pretty much, right?
Okay.
Just like
so. Yeah, in that
Okay.
case, we are at $250, so we're $50 into the next thing. But
Okay.
yeah. So
Well, Not because I think it's like a better story, but because compared to yours, I think mine makes me look is more embarrassing to me. I'm going to charge $400 for this.
Hell yeah.
Which is who went on a date accidentally.
I've heard this one. It's a pretty good story, and it has lived in my head as like the quintessential Arim story for a long time. And it is quite embarrassing. So yeah. So okay, I'll keep the running tally if Aloha, if you want to tell your spaghetti story, and then I guess we've also collectively unlocked Brennan's.
It's the continuation of the Dave Strider story. Yes, it is, chat. So in high school, as you've heard other high school stories of me, I did not express the fact that I was a nerd or played video games or anything like that of any sorts, because the fear of weakness is a great fear of mine, especially back then. So I was the most normie you could imagine, right? And so every girl I dated in high school didn't know that fact, and it led to me being very distant. And so due to me being very distant and kind of boring, I ended up getting broken up with a lot, right? Because people were like, oh man, dude, this guy's so funny. And they get underneath the layers and go, this guy is exposing nothing of himself. What is going on, right? And so I was like, okay, I'm going to try dating a girl from like a town over where my cousin is, right? Because I go over there to hang out with my cousin and do shit over there. So I was able to be a little bit more myself, a little bit more nerdy. And so I meet this girl, right? She is a John Egbert cosplayer from Homestuck, right? This is how I learned what the fuck Homestuck is, right? And for those who don't know me fully, the sunglasses aren't just an aesthetic choice. I have ocular albinism, which means my eyes are just sensitive to light in general. So I typically just wear sunglasses 24/7. And obviously with my general demeanor, you can see where this is fucking going, right?
Unlike me, I just wear them to look cool.
Yeah. And so I dated this girl for about 4 months, right? And so she introduced me to Homestuck. She was a John Egbert cosplayer. She always tried to push me into cosplaying Dave Strider, right? And obviously she was a fucking John Egbert, Dave Strider fucking shipper, right? And so this didn't occur to me until afterwards that, oh, this girl is dating me explicitly to live out her ship, right? And so, but here's the thing, right? She was in love with the concept of Dave Strider, but she couldn't handle the sheer reality of the fact of dating me, where she cooked me spaghetti and she handed it to me, and I asked her for scissors, and she looked at me like I was insane. And I was like, yeah, so I can cut my spaghetti. Because what my mom always did was when we had spaghetti, she would use scissors to cut them up into tiny little noodles instead of the long spaghetti noodles. It was cooked spaghetti. Yes, it was indeed cooked spaghetti, chatter. And she looked at me like I was crazy and was like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's just easier to eat that way. And she was just like, that's not how you eat spaghetti. That's so childish. And I'm like, but like, it's food. Why does it matter? And so it's just like, she was kind of like weirded out by that to an insane degree. So I go home later that night, and then she breaks up with me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, breaking up with me specifically over the fact that I cut spaghettis with scissors. That like is an indication she got the ick. Literally, she got the ick, right? That's so Dave though. That's what I'm saying, right? She loved the platonic ideal of this whimsical webcomic man, but couldn't deal with the harsh reality of the vibes I'd be putting out. Okay, and so. Yeah, later on, I learned that she was actually cheating on me during that time as well.
What the fuck? I didn't know that part.
Oh, yeah, and then, fucking later, it was announced that she was pregnant as well, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've heard the story.
Yeah, and so
Did she name the baby Little Cal?
I don't know, but I have nightmares frequently about that child being mine. This was, years ago. So, if it was mine, I think I'd know. But there's always a piece in the back of your brain that's like, what if I just have a child out there and I have no clue if it's mine or not? And I just
you wouldn't have to worry about that if you never had sex.
It's so fucking real, dude. But yeah, there's the story. I hope that was worth $200 because it's 3 stories in fucking one.
Yeah. Then we're pretty close to unlocking Arim's. We are at 375 out of 400 on the Arim went on an accidental date story. I believe we also got the 2-for-1 Brennan story as well with the
I'll
driver.
be right back while Brennan does his.
Okay.
Yes. So it was 2 years ago, the summer. I had flown in over the cover of night to the beautiful to the beautiful nation of Uganda. So I was actually doing a show, quote unquote, in Uganda for a I guess you could call them a promotion.
Indie promotion, soft ground wrestling.
Soft ground wrestling. Yeah, they're not really a promotion per se, but if you don't know, it's a bunch of literal Ugandan orphans that put on wrestling shows in the dirt. So we're in the Middle East right now. We're in Saudi Arabia. That should just be a quick hop and a skip. I don't know geography. It was not. It was like a 12-hour flight to Central Africa to go to Uganda. So we go to Uganda. We don't make a big deal out of it because we did not want to get kidnapped. So we go under cover of night. We show up. We do the show. And we want to leave before they post anything about it because, like I said, we don't want to get kidnapped. There were stories about the government finding out that first world, visitors were in town and just grabbing them up because Uganda is one of two places where the police are like almost fully militarized and walk around with giant guns. The second place being Orlando, Florida, where I live. But so we're driving to the airport. It wasn't an Uber driver. It was just the guy who was kind of ferrying us around. And there's only one highway in all of Uganda. And we were kind of stuck in traffic, and the guy didn't want to pay tolls. So he took like a shortcut through a village. And the police noticed that somehow. I don't know how. But they pull him over. When they pull him over with a giant, like, friggin' chopper machine gun. And they're like, hey, we saw that they're speaking in their own language, but I presume they're talking about the fact that he was cutting through tolls. And they start arguing. And I look at my tag team partner, Mansoor, and I'm like, we're cooked. Like, if this becomes an international incident, we have no way out of this.
Two somewhat gay wrestlers got kidnapped in Uganda.
Yeah, I saw my life flash before my eyes. But the driver basically grabs a crumpled up shilling. It's like 2,000 shillings, which is like $20 in Uganda, and threw it at the cop and sped off. And I'm looking back like, is he gonna open fire? But apparently the $20 was enough, and we got to the airport. And we made it back to a less corrupt country of Saudi Arabia.
Woo!
I'm back.
Wow.
See, that was the twist at the end of that story, was Saudi Arabia being the good guys.
Saudi Arabia was the good guys.
Whoa!
Arim, I have terrible news. We have unlocked your story. Does anyone want to put up another story while Arim is going so we can keep passing the pot around?
Yeah, I'll tell the baby burning story for like 200.
Hold up, what?
No, this is a good one too that I almost certainly have either heard Amy tell some of our friends it got on one stream, or I've recounted some of it at least once casually to a friend.
I have never told this on stream.
Okay.
For like reasons, but I don't care anymore. So
all right, how much do you want for the baby burning story? We currently have $130.
well, I did say 200, but I'll make it 250.
250. Okay. All right. Arim, go whenever you're ready.
All right.
Start smoking.
Smokes Ben Affleck. Fucking. So in college, I ran a D&D game in IRL in the meat space, which I think is the last remotely more than one session thing I've ever done tabletop RPG wise with real people in person. After this, it was all online. But in early college, I just found some people who were interested in playing D&D, and we played D&D weekly-ish. And I was GMing, because I'm a forever GM. And it was a group of, let's see, I think there was one guy that I knew from high school, 2 guys that I hadn't known before, and one girl. And we were like 4, maybe 5 sessions in, I think. And the girl asked me if I wanted to go, and God, what was it? There was somewhere on campus, like a restaurant arcade kind of thing. I remember they had DDR machines. And was like, hey, do you want to get lunch there? And in my brain, what this translates to is like, oh, 'cause, like, she hadn't played D&D before, so my brain translates this as like, oh yeah, she probably like wants to go over stuff for her character, or like, you know, look at feats or whatever, which tells you the world I lived in and my brain lived in at this time in my life. Yes, an unforgettable luncheon. So we went. We went and had some pizza, played some DDR, and as the kids say, yeah. And we were like, you know, 45 minutes into this hangout or whatever, and I was getting a little confused that we hadn't talked about the D&D game yet. And we're sitting there, 2 of us at the table. I'm eating a slice of pizza or whatever.
Dick in my hands.
And it just like slowly dawns on me. Oh no. This is a date. I didn't know this is what
What a flex, by the way. Like, there are people here who are dying of thirst. I'm sure there are people in this chat that can't even sniff a date.
They can't even get a date intentionally.
You come in here saying, I accidentally went on a date.
And it sounded like a good fun one too. Fucking DDR,
yeah, sounds like
pizza.
A great date.
Yeah.
Well, the first 45 minutes were as described. As soon as I realized, like, what was actually occurring, immediately, and like, I'm gonna be perhaps more transparent about myself than is necessary or advisable. I never dated in school. Not really. I had like we're dating with a girl for like 2 weeks in 6th grade or whatever. That wasn't like.
So you never had to worry about having a Homestuck baby.
No. Indeed. That's one of the upsides to the hermetic lifestyle. But like, I'm immediately, I go from like, yeah, this is a fun, cool, casual hangout and I'm having a good time, to fucking sweating bullets, because not only have I gone on a date without realizing it, and now I am on a date.
You're impure.
And so suddenly,
I was gonna say, you're acting like because you went on a date, you were suddenly married.
No,
well, I mean, got married.
When you haven't, like, no, you don't know how not prepared mentally for this I had been. This was like Truman Show levels of, oh my god, the life I thought I was leading in this moment all had a completely different meaning. And suddenly everything feels scary and sinister, and I don't know what's real and what's not.
The shadow of a date on a cave versus the real DDR, the DDRing bodies that cast it.
Yes. So, yeah, that people take dates too seriously. No, definitely the case. But, like, so suddenly, whereas before I had been carefree, suddenly I feel the crushing weight of expectation like a piano on my chest. And let's say I did not rise to the occasion.
You Naruto ran away.
Almost. Like, maybe it would have been better if I had. No, so like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh God, well, what do we do from here? Like, how long is this? Am I supposed to go around for the whole afternoon? Do we have to go back to my dorm or her dorm? Oh my God, is she...
Do we live here now at the place?
Do we live here at the pizza place now? Like, and so I basically, like, in a cold sweat as we were walking out of the arcade or whatever the fuck, I was like, I basically like mumbled some really, really panicked, vague, like, oh yeah, so anyway, I have like a whole bunch of shit that's due at the start of next week. So actually I need to go and like get to work on that, and you know, like basically got out of there as fast as I could. Very determinedly did not like give any kind of commitment for any sort of follow-up because I was just like panicking and ejector seating as fast as I could, and then basically had to like never ever interact with her again because I had no idea what to say if I were ever to be forced to do so.
Did you kill off her character at the table with falling rocks? What happened there?
No, that B&D game didn't last much longer for unrelated reasons, which was probably a blessing. But yeah, no, so that's yeah, the average Arim date experience. Don't realize you're on a date and then immediately like have a panic attack and flee into the forest.
So
Arim,
you're a treasure.
You're a treasure. We are more similar than you may think, my king.
I would have felt so bad in her place. Yeah, no, it was also very, like...
He's not proud of this story.
I'm not proud of this story. It was also deeply unkind to her. But, like, I just, like... I didn't know what to fucking do.
Set on a dark path.
Yeah, no, I'm really out here ruining lives on the reg.
The trail of tears left in your wake.
He could say that, chat.
Can I just say that, like, the feelings and like I know you quite well, Arim, so I know the feelings of stress that you are dealing with there are like extremely significant. But I do think that is the shitty thing that ended up happening, and it is kind of like a haha. Well, no one got like physically hurt or anything, but also I must say the quite literal third world problems to first world problems of Brennan's story, where he is held at gunpoint by like military grade equipment in Uganda, to I fumbled a date at college, is very funny.
And his story costs more.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Listen, you got
There's a lot about society.
Nothing. The thing about your story, Brennan, is it's terrifying, but nothing in there was your fault or like affected you mentally. Like none of it reflects on you. Whereas Arim's like, now you know this about me forever. So,
that's true.
Yeah.
So you see, I play a character. Nothing about me is cool.
We have unlocked Amy's burning the baby story for 250. Does anyone have another one they would like to put on deck?
I have so many stories I'm just now remembering that I could have put in the dirty laundry.
Hey.
So there's two stories. I'm gonna ask you guys which one I should ask for first. There's me learning a secret society's entire secrets, but just spacing out when it was being explained to me.
Mm-hmm. I heard that one.
Oh yeah,
I that's the one probably why I didn't do it, because I already told everyone that one. Then there's also me fumbling a girl as hard as Arim.
I think you should start with the secret society story, and I think you should place that at like a medium.
I think I know the other one too.
And then I think you should put the other one at a comparable price to what Arim gave up for his soul.
Yeah, but that's 400 for that one. I'll do 250 for the secret society story.
Okay. All right, so we have $10 out of... I should have swapped in the question marks, my bad. 2 out of 250. Amy, go ahead. Tell us about that scalded infant.
So I used to work at this all-day breakfast place as a server, right? And I was on the floor one morning. It was before like the brunch rush, so we were pretty slow. I think maybe I only had one table at the time. And this woman and what I assume was either like her mother or like her like older like an aunt or something, an older woman, walk in, and a little baby girl, and couldn't have been more than a year old. And you know, working as a server, you see a lot of kids. This is like the happiest kid I have ever seen. She was very like smiley and very smiley, very bubbly, like giggling a lot, like very, very cute baby.
Very bubbly. That was
And then
Aloha's
the Fire
handiwork.
Nation attacked.
So they come in and, you know, are like, oh, hey, welcome. You need to take a seat or whatever. So they take a seat. I go over, you know, I get their drink order and, you know, all that stuff. It's all good. They're looking at the menu. And
Real
it's
quick,
slow.
before you get into the weeds here, so many people in chat are like, oh, an alive baby. Oh, a real baby. What the fuck were you imagining? Like,
I did
burning-
say
was
baby
imagining.
burning, which usually, you know, brings to mind like corpses, I guess.
Oh, plastic, a doll. What a cop-out. No, it's a real baby.
Yeah, no, it was a real baby. Like I said, we were slow. So I was chilling in the back serving alley, like on my phone or something. And the other girl who was on the floor with me was doing coffee runs because we gave free coffee refills. And I'm chilling, and all of a sudden, I hear a screech from the baby. And, you know, babies, they cry for no reason sometimes. They're babies. So it's like, oh, I absentmindedly thought like, oh, that's a shame. That baby seemed like really happy and now they're upset. Oh, well, it is what it is. And then the girl comes back and she's white as a sheet. And I'm like, what's up? And she's like, I just spilled coffee on the baby. Scalding hot coffee on the baby. And I was like, you did what? So, and she's like, I don't know what to do. And she just sort of like didn't do anything. So I was like, get out of my way. And I grabbed a cup and I filled it with ice cubes and I ran out. And this, oh my God, this poor little baby, like my fucking heart just like dropped out of me. Like it was so sad seeing her like crying. But I go up and the mom is like tending to her. And I'm like, oh my God, is she okay? And this fucking mother, I couldn't believe it, but she took a deep breath and she was just like, I think the coffee hurt her. Like very calmly, but like trying to hold back like, you know, upsetness. And I was just like, oh fuck. And like all this shit is like going through my head, like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? And I'm just like, okay, ma'am, I'm gonna show you to the bathroom so you can, you know, you can get like water on this baby's arm because that's where it hit her. And I will see if I can find like some burn aid or some aloe or whatever in the kitchen. So I run really fast. I run by all my other coworkers. I'm just like, they burn, like blank burned a baby. Where's the aloe? And I grab it and I run back and I'm just like, you know, here's all the stuff. You know, I'm so sorry this happened. If you need anything, I'm just right outside. Oh my God. And I just go and like I sit down and when I check back in the bathroom later, they're gone. And I spent like the rest of the week thinking
So,
like,
wait,
holy shit.
they didn't leave a tip? That's crazy.
Yeah, the story's not done yet.
I know.
So the rest of the week I'm thinking like, holy shit, I can't believe that happened. That poor little child. I hope they're okay, because like I didn't know how bad it was. I want to say like 2 weeks go by. And I'm working on the floor. And a woman and her husband come in and they have this little baby, the cutest little baby I've ever seen. Very giggly, very happy, very smiley. And, they sit in my section, and I'm like, cool. I go over, I serve them. It's really normal. Really, really normal. I take their plates away. I go to get their money. And I'm just standing there while the husband is paying. And the woman turns to me and she's like, so I don't know if you remember me.
And then she threw coffee in your face.
No, she was like, yeah, we were here and, the thing with the coffee. And I was like, oh my God. Hi.
Why did she come back?
Yeah, I think it's crazy they came back to the restaurant.
I would have sued.
She came back, and I looked and I was like, oh
She
my
must
God.
have really liked those pancakes.
All of chat was
and-
expecting another coffee has hit the baby.
A second, Mr. President, a second coffee has hit the baby.
No, it was the same woman and the same baby. The only difference is that she was here with her husband this time, and I was like, oh, I was thinking about you like for the rest of that week, like, and I turned to the baby. I'm like, I'm so glad you're okay. Oh my goodness. And she like laughed. And then the woman, this is the craziest bit. She was like, yeah, I'm so glad like we ran into you again because I wanted to apologize to you. I was like,
Where were you?
I was like-
Canada. It's Canada. It's Canada, of course.
Yeah. I was like, what? Why?
Oh
She
my
was
God,
like,
I didn't mean to get my baby on your coffee.
My
we're
poor baby got all over that fresh pata cuppa, and
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get my baby in your coffee.
Well, what she said was, she was like, yeah, well, everything happened and, you were just like so quick to like, get the aloe and the Burnade and stuff, and you brought ice and you were very quick and professional and helpful, and I think I just might have been a little bit rude to you, and I wanted to apologize. And I was like, ma'am,
that woman
it's
has
okay.
that woman has clinical anxiety, is what that woman.
That
I was
woman
like-
has the goodwill and grace of like you would have to wring out 1,000 other customers at like sponges to concentrate that much in a single person.
Yeah, I was like, ma'am, I expected you to never set foot in here again. I expected to hear about a lawsuit, like literally. No worries. Don't put that on your consciences at all. I'm just glad your fucking child is okay. And then the dad kind of like was like, yeah, well, if I was there, it wouldn't have been so quiet. And I was just like, yeah, and I wouldn't blame you, dude. Like, seriously, no worries. But
Winning
If I
moral
was there, I would
points
have
by
stopped the coffee. I would have parried it.
Dude, honestly, you've told me some stories about how you protected your children, like when you were falling down the stairs.
I have, yeah, you do get superpowers. I do believe that the dad would have stopped it.
yeah, we were lucky that the coffee like hit her sleeve more than her actual like skin and arm, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. But obviously the baby was like, ow, hot, I'm gonna cry.
Like,
But yeah, for all of you like who've never worked in a restaurant, one of the number one rules they teach you is you never fucking serve over a child's head for those reasons.
like them like suing or there's a whole bunch of things that could have happened that would have been like reasonable but unfortunate ends to this story. This is definitely the golden ending, and I think the funniest thing would have been, instead of like just getting mad or suing or whatever, or doing what they did and just coming back and basically being entirely chill about it, it would have been great to come back about a week later with the kid again and like not bring it up at all, but sit down at the table and then take out a tiny umbrella and set it over the kid and say nothing about it.
Jesus Christ.
If it were me and my baby wasn't like severely burned that she needed like skin grafts or something, I would have at least gotten free pancakes for the rest of my life.
Yeah. They didn't, like, they were chill and they tipped me well, and then that was it. So I don't know. Fucking
Jesus.
crazy.
Do you think they were like, if we get that same waitress, we'll get her, but they got you and they were like, that's the nice one. Lucky
It was
day
the
for
good
other-
one.
Yeah, lucky day for the other girl.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're at 30 of 250 for Aloha's secrets story.
Secret society story, chat.
Secret
Come on,
Society.
it's for a good cause, chat. Come on,
it's for a good
dude. Like,
cause. That's no secret.
that's no secret.
Winks at the camera.
Unless
You know what
chat
would be a
is
secret? If you
how-
give us $300, I'll tell you the story about how I saw a boob for the first time.
The one,
Is
the
it
one
interesting?
there was
Yeah.
a boob. Wow. The one I was interested in from you, Brennan, was the one where $5. Thank you. The cops got called on you for LARPing, and then you ended up dating the person who called the cops on you.
Oh yeah, I could tell that story too. They were not the same story.
Thank you, Nom Freshman.
$50. Nom's probably like, I want to hear about the boob.
Let me hear about the boob.
A boob? This is the only way I could see one of these online.
Meanwhile,
I really-
Arim
I'd
love the
accidentally
rug.
falling into boobs.
I'd love the rug pull if you were like, I'll tell you about the first time I saw a boob, and the story is like, so I was a day old and breastfeeding. That's the story.
Oh, shockingly, it wasn't breastfed.
Shocking.
Put steroids
Now
in
I
his
still
milk.
grew.
Yeah.
They just tossed him around
Always-
like the old pigskin to.
Yeah, I was actually fed.
Football families do it different.
Hey chat, I have a cat in my lap right now, and I think she wants you to donate money.
In a football family, when the
Special.
baby's thirsty, you just dump a cooler of Gatorade over them.
Gatorade, yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's anything I could tell, because I need to keep my I don't think even chat knows this secret
Yeah.
stories really under lock, because I need to dole them out so piecemeal over
Yeah.
all these.
Or just make new stories, Jello.
I'm trying.
Live your life.
I'm
Well,
trying.
Donate my
Live your
last
life.
I'll donate my last $4 for a pick of your cat. I have so many. You can just go to my Blue Sky and find my cat there.
Shut up.
You think $4 is worth a pussy pick? That's crazy.
If you really want money, ask for a picture of Aloha's feet. Because if he won't give it to you, I will.
Yeah, there's
they're
there's a
huge.
story they love giving out for free, is that Aloha and Arim were like, let's exchange feet pics nonstop.
Yeah, it's a bond you wouldn't understand. Me and Arim have exchanged.
I
feet
don't
pics.
understand. I've been very clear about that.
Big ass hobbit feet.
Stop talking about my hobbit feet.
That's why you're so small, because you're from the Shire.
I wear size 13 shoes, chat. That's why.
Same size as me. We could share shoes, but
Yeah,
you're half my
I'm
size.
half the height of him and wear the same shoe size.
Look at us. Look at us together. We're the same size shoes. We could pass
That's
them
not
back
hobbit
and
feet.
forth.
That's clown feet.
I never remember my shoe size. I feel like it's different every time I go to the store.
I'm an 11.
Well, yeah. 11. Whoa. That's so cool.
Whoa,
Lucy
$30.
donated. I just paid you those $30, Lucy. Don't give them back. Do a good. I mean, I guess it's do a good cause.
It's an Ouroboros.
Wild.
What's 11 in British shoe size? 11.
Living in it.
You got you.
It's such a bad joke. That's why.
It was terrible. Almost there. Only $200 for the secrets of the. I don't know if I want to. I'm pretty sure I remember. Which
Yeah,
group it was, but
I
don't
mean, when
wanna
we get
say.
there,
When we get
there, I'll say it. Yeah.
It's like a real. Like you'll recognize the name too. It's like a for real one.
it's like kind of silly. Yeah.
If
It's
you
just
want to
like-
find out what's happening in the next couple of years, you're really gonna want to hear that story.
Listen, like for $250, some people like give up so much for this. You guys, thank you, Chloe. We're almost there.
It's like one of the most me stories out there, honestly.
Yeah.
This is another one that was very like Sweetwater and
Yeah.
up.
I was tapped at $100 ago. Step up. Nom,
Yeah,
you need
never-
to fucking calm down,
Yeah,
man.
Nom Nom Freshman, like, over the last decade or whatever, Nom Nom Freshman, maybe not in dollar count anymore because we randomly get all these whales, but I feel like in terms of like willingness to donate and like number of times donated, Freshman is a solid like 30% of our everyone's donations in our friends.
Don't you have like a wedding to plan or some shit?
Who is a secret oil tycoon? Decade, don't do that to me. I don't know. I feel like you've been around forever. All right, we're
Definitely
almost
been
there.
around for a while.
$20 left. Oh,
I
so
have
close.
more.
Don't be
15.
So
fooled.
close.
5 of that dollars is Canadian.
No, I allow it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Both because it's quite annoying to have to do the conversion, and also like, oh shit, and we got some extra there. I think. Let me.
Yeah.
well,
Well, I guess the
so
Canadian dollars are
35,
balanced
50.
out by the British pounds.
yeah. 50,
So,
260. So,
oh
sorry,
damn,
I'm-
I'm gonna. Yeah.
so that's 3. So we're $50 over towards whatever the next thing will be.
What's our next goal?
I don't know. I don't unless someone said it.
I don't think I
remember.
have any more, unfortunately. All the other prompts that I came up with that we didn't use don't really have stories. They're just like, a weird thing happened once.
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
All right, Aloha, tell us about the secrets.
If no, yeah. I remember Brennan was talking about that LARP story. So like, how much you want to put on
Oh,
that
yeah,
LARP story,
yeah.
Brennan?
I have to tell it now.
No,
No,
how much money?
We're gonna try and
Oh.
collect while Aloha's talking.
I don't know.
so-
You decide. It's not. I'm not getting it.
Yeah, let's be
You decide.
let's be nice for this one. Let's just say 100 because I feel like we're
100.
squeezing.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah.
halfway.
No,
there.
no. Actually,
So-
make it 200 because I don't want to be nice.
All right.
Good point.
So
Sorry, I tried, Chad.
For those who don't know, I do not have a good relationship with my father.
Father.
Due to
Drink
various
brother.
reasons. We still talk and everything, and everything like that. But it's just like, I much like Arim, my parents got divorced when I was like 10 as well. And so I lived with my dad because my mom was basically like removed from the house, right? And didn't really have anywhere to live. So I was like smart enough as a kid when I had a choice. I was like, well, my dad has a place to stay while my mother does not. So I stayed with my dad, even though I don't like my dad as much as my mom. And so, everything like that. I get to like high school, right? Like around like 14, 15. And I get tired of my dad's shit and I move out, right? And so me and my father have never really had like a good like relationship fully. And so around this time, my dad got into the Freemasons. So, because my grandfather from my stepmom was a Freemason. And so my dad was just doing all that Freemason shit while I was like, living with my mom and everything like that. And so I graduate and my dad goes, "Hey, son, want to go to Graceland?" Which, for those who don't know, that's where Elvis, lived and shit. And I lived decently close to, like, Graceland. So, the National Treasure Secret Society? Yes, Freemasons, yeah. And so, basically, we're in my dad's car. We're driving to Graceland. And my dad climbed his way up the Freemason ladder to the point where he was, like, head of, like, a big part of the Freemasons. And so my dad was just desperately trying to convince me to join the Freemasons. Because he was like, he wanted, like, any of his kids to do it. So it was, like, either me or my brother. But everyone hates my brother, justifiably so. So my dad was like, I tried to get your brother in because, like, he would at least listen to me. So my dad tried to explain it to my brother, like, hey, it's like LARPing. You like LARPing. And it's just like, I'm just like, okay, sure, whatever. And so my dad, on the way to Graceland, is talking to me and is just dead ass telling me all the Freemason secrets. And I'm talking about, like, secret handshake, how to tell if
He
someone's a
knows where
Mason,
the island is.
who's popular, all this other stuff. In dead ass, I spaced out through all of it. Every single bit of it. I did not give a single shit. I would catch, like, little bits and pieces, but instantly eject it out of my ears. Just, like, I could have learned so much, like, secret
Maybe
shit. So
maybe
much
you weren't
important
allowed
stuff.
to understand it. Maybe
Yeah,
you
like-
needed to go through.
Maybe
the
he Men in Black
conditioning.
flashed me.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
maybe he told you all of it, and you were like, "Nah, no, thank you. It doesn't sound good." And he was like, "I'm sorry, I have to do this," and took out like a gun that looks like a children's new age future tech toy and zaps you, and you're like, "Man, I was barely paying attention. I was thinking about bananas."
I wasn't
that
paying
whole
attention.
shit."
Yeah, it was mostly I was just upset because like my dad really likes Elvis, and I don't give a shit about Elvis. It was just him visiting Graceland for, I shit you not, the 12th time. And he was just like, I'm going to take my son there. And we went there, and I was like, wow, this is like Elvis shit. And I was like, cool. And so it was just like this thing. It was just like, I was like, oh, food, I guess, right? It was in a fucking hot car, 2-hour drive to like Memphis because I fucking hate everything. Deneuralized, yeah, that type shit. So yeah, it was literally fucking just, I space out a lot during conversation, and that is one of the
Yeah,
cases
it's really
where
rude.
fuck you.
It's really rude when he does it in real life. I've heard.
Dude, when I was at Gen Con, I would literally, people would talk to me, and then suddenly I would just like turn away from them and like look
He
off in
tries
the
to
distance.
skip the cutscenes of real life.
Yeah, everyone said I was skipping their dialogue in real life. I was just like, hey, dude, I'm sorry, my brain is fucking broken. But yeah, there you go.
It's because of the neuralizer.
Yeah, dude, the Freemason neuralizers fried my brain.
Your dad
You
told
know?
you the secrets every time he went to Graceland. He was like, "This time has to be the charm," and you were like, "Yeah, no."
Oh, yeah.
That's why you like ReZero so much.
All right, 82 out of 200 for Brennan's story.
82 out of 200. Wow.
Wow,
I don't
how
mind
much?
telling one for free to kill some time.
Sure. What do you got?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell the stole from a Kickstarter story.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, so it was around the time when I think Shovel Knight had recently come out, and everyone was like, "This game is so cool," and I remember thinking like, "Wow, that game was really good." And they have like this whole thing with all the Kickstarter backers. That's really cool. It'd be really cool to back a game like that, I think. So there was a campaign going on for a game, and I was like, "Oh, I will back it. Maybe it will be another Shovel Knight. I don't know, whatever." So I go to their page. Might have been an Indiegogo, but whatever, same thing. I go to their page and I'm like, okay, I will pick my tiers and go for it. The project looks pretty cool. So I'm at like the checkout, the digital checkout, and something happened with my PayPal where it was like it was set to the wrong bank account or something on my end, and the transaction just got an error, and I didn't lose any money. And I was thinking like, oh well, that's a shame. I'll fix that later, I guess, because it was some shit that like it would need to take like effort on my part. Like I couldn't just like log in and click some buttons and have it be fixed. So I was just like, oh, I'll fix that later. But I never got around to it, so I just didn't pledge. Fast forward a couple years, and I get a package in the mail, and it's the soundtrack for Indivisible. And then like a week later, I got the collector's box edition. So, I have
Didn't
those for
Indivisible
free.
like never actually come out though?
No,
No,
it's out.
it came out.
It came out, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
For
just
some
that
reason,
no
I
one
thought that one died.
gave a no one gave a shit about it.
Yeah. And
I
it took
played it.
forever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it did take a while. Like it took long enough that like I did whole ass forget about it
Probably
until
would
it came in the
sooner
mail.
if you actually gave them the money that you owed them.
Yeah, maybe.
What is that
I
game?
can't believe
It's
Amy
Indivisible.
tanked the development of Indivisible single-handedly.
Yes.
Single
Yeah,
fucking handedly.
And they were like 100 Canadian dollars shy or something. Whoops.
Speaking of $100 shy, that's how much we need for Brennan's, and we can call that the last story. I'd love to offer one at like 150, but it's very hard to like do the math and run the camera and also think about what a story I could tell is for free. For free.
For free.
We're so close. I bought Indivisible, but I never played it, so it evens out. Thanks, Jared.
Why did you buy it? I literally have the collector's edition. You could have.
Jared-
It's still unopened.
Jared doesn't know what games you guys own. You guys have.
You
this
can ask
conversation-
me.
In no universe did Jared even probably think that anyone owned that fucking game.
Yeah.
So many people own that game. I also have the like metal box collector's edition or whatever it is because I was like, sure, I'll give this money. There's a fucking TI character in that game.
Really?
Yeah, it's
oh yeah,
Colvin.
did they put Colvin in?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that's why I bought it.
Was that at the behest of someone on the TI crew, or was that a fan?
Yeah, it was one of those. I mean, one of the reasons the game took so long is it's one of those like pay this amount of money and we'll put your guy in as an NPC, like a named NPC. You know how shit goes.
You know how shit
do.
go.
I do know that.
Brennan, you should start telling the story, but delete every second word of it, so that because that's how much they paid for.
You're asking a lot of my brain.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
College. LARP. Build sword.
Okay.
Why are you coaxing it out of him like he's a sad animal? Okay, it's okay. Here, I'll fill the space with something. I'm like scrolling down to my own. This is now like a really big document because there's so many like of all the games I'm trying to set up. People have started giving me stuff, so I'm trying to keep these. So I'm trying to look at mine and think like, what might this remind me of? Can't do that one. God, I need so many of these. Oh, that's true too. Fuck. I forgot that happened to me.
Well, thank you for the $95.
Whoa.
Yay.
Oh, and 16 extra. Thank you guys so much. Woo.
Thank you.
Go, Brennan, go.
Okay, boss. Okay, boss. Whatever you say.
Okay,
So,
boss.
It was my freshman year of college, and when I was in high school, me and my best friend, a proto Aloha, if you will, we used to go LARPing in Massachusetts. And when I was in college, I was like, well, I would like to do that again. So I found a nice little place in North Carolina that did LARPs in the national park. You sleep overnight, which was actually a whole nother story. But yeah, I was set up to go to this LARP. And the thing about me is I can't just buy things. I'm going to make things with my hands. I had to forge my own blade with my own two hands out of PVC pipe and yoga mat foam was how you used to make boffer weapons back in the aughts. Later than the aughts. 2012. It was 2012. And I built this great, because, you know, the thing with me is I can wield a great sword. More like a hunk of iron. Like I made myself a gut sword. And but I had to do that all in my dorm. So I'm building this blade, this hunk of iron in my dorm. And I've always been a bum. I never leave the place in which I'm sleeping unless I have to. But I was really proud of this sword. So I take it down the hall to one of my teammates to show him, hey man, like this sword's pretty sick, right? And but I was waiting for him and he wasn't in the room, so I kind of had to walk back and forth down the hall a couple of times.
So you were on a guard cycle, is what you were saying.
Yeah, I was on a guard cycle. Like if somebody was breaking into the dorm and they would have walked into my line of vision, I would have gotten them. Anyways, a girl across the hall from me sees somebody walking back and forth down the hall with a big sword, and she rightfully, it wasn't the police, she called the RA. But this was, I explained the situation, and you know, obviously I had to explain what LARPing was. And at the time, the easiest way to explain it was, it's like that movie Role Models, if you've seen that. And but that woman is now the mother of my children.
That's so mad.
Damn.
Was her
That's
going,
how I
"Look
met
at
your
that-"
mother.
I was walking around on a guard cycle, and she was like, "Ooh, I don't need to find the treasure. I've got it right here. I think I'll call the RA on this guy."
Yep. And that was it.
And honestly, at that point, you had nothing left to hide because you've already exposed the dorkiest version of yourself.
That's true, actually.
That's what you think. That's why I look at Aloha's story of hiding himself from the world, and I just look at him with such pity.
Some of us
'Cause
aren't.
I know what that's like. Some of us aren't tall and rich. Yeah,
I love your
understand.
little
Tall and
elf
rich,
laugh.
tall and rich.
Shut the fuck up.
The way
Will
you do it
described
is-
as tickling a monkey.
It's a euphemism for masturbating, for sure. The way that Arim did the laugh was extremely Alfred Ashford, just like, yeah. All right. Well, it's been just a little over 3 hours, so that's pretty much the usual time we try and tap out of these. So, thank you guys so much for raising money. I think we got maybe 2,000 almost, which is
We got a good amount. One person donated 1,000.
yeah.
yeah. It was
themselves,
Kyle
so,
again,
yeah.
and every time I'm like, Kyle, how do you have so much money? He's
think
like,
we were
I work for the post office, and I'm like, that doesn't explain anything.
What is that? Yeah.
That's a fucking laundering scheme. We were at 65K, now we're at 68, so we at least made 3K, right?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah,
That's fucking money laundering scheme. Stamps, you know that's a scam.
50%. Post office pays that much? I doubt it. Overtime! Exclamation point. Are you working every time you've ever shown up on stream? You've paid us $9,000 by this point. It's a crazy
If Aloha
amount.
would have listened during the Freemason speech, he'd know why the post office makes so much money.
All right, yeah,
So
thank
real.
you. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Do any of you have any requisite? Does anyone have any projects they want to plug? Anything they're doing? I know most of us are already here a lot, so probably not. But you never know. Where can people see more of you, etc., etc.? Let's just go left to right because I know Arim streams now with a webcam.
Yeah.
Sparkle.
I stream. I'm a real flesh and bone streamsman over on twitch.tv/Tom Laughlin. Also, I'm on Blue Sky at tomlaughlin.studio. That's pretty much the only social media that I use for posting updates and stuff about projects I'm working on or roles I've been cast in for voice acting stuff. So that's the Tom Laughlin hub if you want to keep up with all the details. If you want to be the first to know the next time I think I'm just going to talk about D&D and play some DDR and instead I devastate someone's career, then that's the place to be. If I ever admit it, it'll be there. You'll hear it first.
All right. Reese Draken says, I'll for real try and catch you sometime. So you have to hold them to that. Keep an eye on your chat.
Yeah.
Amy, do you have anything to plug? I know you don't really do socials.
Yeah, no, I just kind of pop up on this channel and that's about it. Hopefully I'll get back to Spyro pretty soon, because
We're on the
it's
exciting
fun.
ones.
Yeah.
Woo. All right. Aloha, who are you? Do you even want people from here to find you at other places?
So I thought about it. I thought about it long and hard. And I realized that I have the gun, and if anyone annoys me, I can kill them instantly, right?
What do you mean by that?
I was coy about it, but I do stream. I've been streaming consistently for 9 fucking months at this point. Every Monday,
baby.
Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 10 a.m. EST on my channel where I 100% video games. And it's funny that Jello brought up Deadly Premonition because I'm playing Deadly Premonition starting tomorrow.
It's a crazy
So,
game.
Yeah, you can find me at Aloha Please, which is the link down below, and I also have a YouTube VOD channel as well. So if you can find that, you can find that and see all the streams that I've done. So yeah, I stream fucking multiple times a week. So thumbs up.
Yeah.
If you find it, you find it. If you don't, you're too weak.
That is true. And Brennan.
I am in charge of the AEW Games YouTube channel. Go look at that. Oh, or don't. I don't really care. They don't pay me extra.
That's true. Someone here is not getting paid overtime and donating $9,000. All right. Thank you guys all for coming. These are gonna start being semi-regular. My goal it's not really up to me, but my goal with this would be to have one of these around every 2 weeks. The next one is scheduled. I have all the materials for it as of like 2 days ago, and I'll probably be putting that up in a way where you could look at it. We've got 3 people from the Second Win YouTube channel. If any of you guys ever watch Zero Punctuation or Yahtzee, he recently moved to a new channel because they finally escaped the escapists, who I have heard kind of suck ass and are terrible, and made their own channel called Second Wind. There's a lot of other stuff. We don't have Yahtzee himself on there, but there's a lot of hosts of their other shows, and I will just tell you, they have some really good secret. Like, some groups, they'll be like, oh yeah, I've got stuff, and they'll drop like 50 fucking things immediately that are all around the level of like Brennan being like, I almost got shot in Uganda. It's like that kind of stuff. So if that intrigues you, we're doing that, I want to say on the 23rd, probably. That sounds right to me. It's a Tuesday. That sounds right. It'll be up by the end of tonight, so come and watch that. All right. Bye. Until next time, keep donating to trans people. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Make Jello play Danganronpa.
Unfortunately.